We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here. Appreciate you, Lang. Appreciate you, Cheo. Appreciate y'all making time to have this conversation. This is part one of a very interesting conversation that we're going to definitely have a part two for. So let's not waste any time, gentlemen. We're here to talk about tiers. What is a low tier? What is a mid tier? What is a top tier? Lang, I want to give you the floor to get the conversation started, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot to cover. What are your thoughts, Lang?
Where you want to start? You want to start with, because I feel like we know what low tier is.
Is it
And I
important?
kind of, and I feel like yeah.
Is
I
it?
was, I would say, I would say it's a very important topic, and I think it's very important to make the distinction, right? So, me personally, I feel like there's a, to me, there's a definitive gap between low tier and mid tier, and I feel like mid tier and top tier is where there's a little bit of a gray area at times. Um, if I was to consider a battler low tier, I'm first off thinking about the quality that they're providing, right? I also am thinking about battlers that are maybe performing in like the local circuits, right? Like people that are not necessarily in like those marquee areas performing. They don't even have to be like on like top of the card or anything like that, but like primarily like in the local, like 20-person, 30-person events and whatnot. People that are just trying to get their foot in the door, honestly. Like people that are trying to, make noise. Like usually the people, like if I was using an example, because I know we're not really supposed to use names, I immediately think of like people that are like let's say doing tryouts for like iBattle, or the people that used to do the 1SKs back in the day for RBE, or the people doing like the PGs back in the day, like those people that are trying to get the foot in the door. And then you have people that even before that can't even get to the tryout part. They're just doing their local stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of in a nutshell what I consider like low tier battlers.
Okay, Cheo, the floor is yours.
Let him get his bars off. Let him finish his whole thought. Keep going, Lane.
Okay,
Well,
go ahead, Lang.
that was it about so I'm going all the way. Okay, all right, cool. I thought we was gonna go in the circle. All right, low tier.
Let's stick with low tier though. But
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because when I go, it's gonna go, and I know it's gonna be some controversy. So let me just let him get his bars off. So keep going. So that's the low tiers.
Well, no, let's stay with low tier. Let's start with low tier. Cheo, go ahead.
No, because I gotta. It's because it's not differentiated. It's just what it is. I got a formula, so I'm gonna just go. Unless Lane want to go, but I'm just gonna go.
Nah, go ahead, go with low tier.
First of all, if you're watching this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and while you're at it, might as well hit the share button. Share it to your social medias. X. And thank you. Shout out to Frank. Shout out to Lang. Shout out to Schmo, who ain't here yet, but he will be here for part 2. Listen, man. I got a formula, and I keep to this formula, and it is tried and true. Draw, talent, resume. Resume, talent, draw. You check off those boxes at a high clip. Think of like your sliders on 2K. If you up in the high 90s, 100s, and that's top tier. If you lower, you mid tier, lower, low tier. What do I mean? Talent speaks for itself. Your talent. What are you good at? You're real talking. You may not be the most pin heavy person, but you could talk that real talk, a la Young L, a la Geechi Gotti, a la Shotgun Suge. That's talent. Maybe you really wordy. You entendra'd up. You a little oppa. You're a little Elijah Street, a little Rum Nitty. You punching heavy. You scheming like Chiller Jones. These are all talent. Your talent speaks for itself. That's not really hard to grasp. So I'm gonna move on. When I say resume, you know what? I'm gonna say resume for last because people get that confused. When I say draw meaning can you attract an audience? How? You main eventing? Your face-off's going viral? People say, when I see Snake Eyes, I must click. People say, I want to see Tay Roc versus Cassidy. I pay for that face off. Everything with a draw. It's not just I mean, we don't know the behind the scenes, so I can't tell you what the ticket sales are, and I can't tell you what percentage of the people buying a pay-per-view is because of you and not because of other people. But the draw is the draw. Are you main eventing cards? Are cards being built around you? Are you causing grudge matches? Are you causing the culture to talk? This is the draw. Did your face-offs make noise, or you just excel? Shout out to Excel. Shout out to No Mercy in their podcast. But I hate to use all Excel. I use Excel a lot. For example, very talented brother draws on 0. What is are you drawing? Are you selling tickets? Are you selling pay-per-views? Are you making views? Is your view count up? This is all draws. This is what I factor in and say of you top tier. Talent, draw, resume. People like to say resume, meaning like, oh, well, yes, we know if you're a journeyman, that means you battled everybody. That doesn't mean you're top tier. However, one, you may not be a journeyman. You may be new. You may be somebody like Appa, or you may be somebody like Eunice, excuse me. Eunice done battled Hustle, Rum Nitty, battled Danny
Arsenal.
Myers, Arsenal, Holmesy, Franchise. Is your resume a top tier resume? I might say something like King is a top tier talent. I really believe that. What King do, a lot of people can't do, but his resume not be top tier. Are you getting the battle? What is your resume saying? I don't care how much promise and potential you got. Have we seen you in the fire? You might confuse draw and resume because you might well tell you said draws are you main eventing. Yes, main event also leaks into resume. What type of resume you got? What are you battling? Are you battling in front of a big stage? Have you battled in front of 3,000 people, 1,500 people? All this is resume. Your resume is very key. So again, it's talent, it's resume, it's draw. That is my 3 main factors that determine what type of tier you are. And with that being said, I'm going to throw a caveat out there. There's 2 other tiers. There's God tier, and we'll get to that. And there's new. Because when you're new, I don't call you no tier. I'm not going to call somebody
say entry level. You're not gonna say that.
I just say new.
No.
Now, what's new? It's a gray area. Don't chastise me in the comments.
Yeah,
it's a gray area. Let me give you an example. A lot of people been around. They say Monster been around for 13 years. I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard.
13.
But Monster's new to me.
Mm-hmm.
I would say when you have your breakout year, when you get on a major league, major stage, we mean URL, right? But everybody don't go on URL. At a time, it was RBE. Right now, it's TBL. It might even be BMF Battle League, whatever. But once you get on a major platform, once the culture say, oh, he's here, who is that? Not when you're on your local circuit, not when you're on the league that only got 1,900 battles, 1,900 views on a battle. But once you break through, King was on Bar Wars for I don't know how long.
For some time. For some time.
But
sure.
Respectfully, we didn't count Bar Wars. Respectfully to Bar Wars, subscribe to Bar Wars. They're getting talent in the Detroit area. However, what I'm saying is we don't count all the leagues. There's no disrespect. We need the feeder leagues. We need the ABCD league in Flint. We need the Battle Academy. Shout out to Stills, my man. I know you're probably gonna take issue with that because you got the major events. I don't mean no disrespect, but there's only a few major leagues. Once you have your breakout, once people are saying who Dollar Bill, I ain't never heard of Dollar Bill, where he from? Once you get that breakout, that's when your clock start. And I would say new might be 3 to 5 years. I know that sounds like a long time, but in Battle Rap terms, that's not a long time. Everybody not battling, not the Caffeine Era. So, I look at it like a high school class. Okay. You know what I mean? Like 3 to 5 years, we could average it at 4. But like somebody like Eunice is not new. Is like at the end of his newness. He might be over.
I was about to bring up Eunice because Eunice is 2022. So
so he might be over. It might be over right here. It might be over. This might be the end of his newness. At this point,
then Eunice,
right?
Eunice might
be right now, or definitely 2027. He not new no more. But somebody like Muwa, somebody like Top Full Loot, somebody like Mike, or even if Sailor must have been in the league for 13 years or been in leagues 13, I don't know. I never seen him. Young L been on Verbal's Warzone. I don't know. That don't really count to me. You're here now. The clock starting now. You're new. So I don't put new cats in a tier level yet because you're just new.
Okay,
you
so
get out of the newness.
Major visibility. You're saying once the whole culture is aware of your brand and they're asking about you, your breakout year essentially, that qualifies you as new.
Yes.
So whenever you started, whatever your origin story is, you're new once you hit that major visibility. So you don't have.
And I know that's a gray area.
You don't say the word low tier is what you're saying.
Not when you're new. When you're new, you just new. Is Justice low tier? Is he mid tier? I don't know. He's new.
Okay.
He just new.
Okay.
I just leave it at new. Once you
so
get out of
new-
new, you're going in a tier.
Okay, so it's new, low tier, mid tier, top tier, God tier. Is that
Now
what we're
God
saying?
tier. Let me tell you what God tier is.
Okay, we jumping
You
all
have-
over the place.
I'm about to
I
say,
know.
yeah,
That's why
I thought we was.
to get his bars off, but I'm gonna finish. I'm at the end.
Okay.
God tier is when you've been top tier for 3 or more errors. 3 errors or more.
Okay.
You gotta have been top tier, not just legendary, not just a pioneer. There's a lot of pioneers.
Mhm.
Salute to $3. You're a pioneer and you're a legend, super legend, because you were at the beginning. But let's get away from $3 because that's gonna get sticky before I get my point across. If you can say you were a top tier in 3 or more errors, you're God tier. My last God tier entry. Pause that. One caveat. A lot of people, and this is what this whole show is about, and I'm about to land my plane right here. A lot of people don't like to graduate new players into new tiers. They only recognize the tiers that when they got into the culture as a fan. So if I got into the culture when Bill Collector and QP and B Magic and John, all of them was new, I don't never want to give it up for people like Snake Eyes. I know we're gonna get into examples in a second. I don't want to give it up. It's like, shout out to Cass, my man. I was going to tell him to pull up, but he had to do his WNBA right now, but he might pull up for part 2. He's stuck in 2015. Respectfully, Caps. Respectfully.
Facts.
But Caps, it's not just Caps, it's fans in general. They don't like to give it up for new people graduating. They want to keep them stuck like, nah, he don't count. Yes, people graduate. It's new classes. Now, the classes could be weaker than what you remember, or it might be nostalgia. But my point is I always ask people when I say, well, who's the last top tier you got? And they always give me some long ago answer. Frank, on our last show, said, Av been top tier man long. In other words, you saying nobody been top tier since Av? That's crazy.
And I switched it to Fonz, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know, but that don't make my point.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is you gotta allow people to graduate. My last God tier that graduated was Tay Roc. I can show you 3 errors where he was top tier. Once you can get through 3, it's hard to go through 3 errors. A person could be Big T was a top tier at 1 error.
He was top tier from like 2000, 2009 to like 2013, 2014.
Yes, he was. And we're going to come back to Big T a lot in this conversation because Big T is a special case of how you can drop. It's hard to drop, but you can drop. Shout out to Big T.
Is Big T not still Big T though? I don't know if I agree with that all the way.
Big T. If Big T goes into This Is 50 and bumps into 50 Cent, 50 Cent's still gonna know him as Big T. But we're talking about in the scope of battle rap right now. Like, I love Big T. I will always remember like all the things that he's done from 2009 to 2013. One of the few people that can arguably say he beat Hitman, he beat Surf, and he beat Shine. There's not that many people that can say that. But we're talking about a fixed era where his peak was great. But everything preceding that, we're talking about 2013, we're in 2026. That's a 13-year gap where like it's few and far between performances I can say, garners him the same top tier acclaim that he once got 13 years back. So
but if he chose to sit down as opposed to like still being out here trying and falling off, that's a different conversation.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm sorry. I'm sorry for introducing this.
At a point where he was, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry for introducing this because I didn't want to introduce this early in the conversation.
Right.
But I am going to use Big T a lot for example of what we're talking about right now. But I'm going to say the higher you go, it's like a meter. You can fall out, but it takes long. Like I can make the argument against Big T, and you say, "Well, Che, why you make the argument against Reed?" I'm like, but Reed is more of a legend. But I am going to recognize. See, if you're not active, you're not active.
Right.
So if I say Iron Solomon is this, Iron Solomon not active, so he's not losing nothing. It's just what it is. And I'm going to say, even if you do come and dibble and dabble, like Hollow Man came back for the trenches, and I'm not going to take that. Even though he had a great performance, but let's say he didn't, I'm not gonna take that and take away from everything Hollow Man did. What I am saying though, if you trying to stay active and still dance with the young boys, and you getting chopped down, it's gonna take you down.
Okay, now, but Big T had the battle with True Foe. I don't think he's been that active. I don't think there's been too many battles where Big T got chopped down.
He's been about one a year. He's been about one a year though, because even before that, right? Like he had the Av battle of 2024, and that was hard to watch. And I was in the building for that. That was very hard to watch.
This
2020,
Serius Jones
2023. I
battle,
want to say he had another battle
2025. Yeah,
too.
we can't forget Serius Jones in
Series that
2025.
was a good showing.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good showing, but that's not enough to get him out the wreck, though. If we're being honest,
Okay.
but
Okay. Okay.
He been having bad showing since Caffeine, since Bill collected Big T, and even before that, I think. And he did have a very vintage showing on the K-Shine card,
Mm-hmm.
but that's an outlier. When you're doing one out of the X amount from Caffeine to 2025, I believe that was 2025, maybe 2024. That's an outlier. And listen, it doesn't take away from what I'm saying is he was top tier in one era.
Mm-hmm.
But if you could be top tier in 3 eras, I say 3 because 2 is like, some eras get a little like gray area. But if you can say 3 eras, you God tier. It's hard to be top tier in 3 eras. Very hard.
So
Before-
3 eras
before we-
takes you to God tier. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say that's something I was want to talk about really quick before we shift into like mid and top because I have my own formula for top. Pause. That was crazy. My own formula for top
I
tier.
won't
That
gonna
was
say
crazy.
nothing. That was wild. Go ahead. I got my
But
own formula for top. Ooh.
that was crazy.
Mhm.
What
That's
3 eras are you referring to? Because I'm not that I don't agree, but I just want for
Mhm.
clarification because this
Any
video we have to be
3
very
eras.
specific.
If I say Serius
But I'm saying
Jones is the
I'm saying
man.
for the case of
Okay.
I'm saying for the case of Tay Roc, what would be his 3 eras that you're referring to?
Oh,
Because
okay.
you
For Tay
graduated
Roc,
him.
I gave him
And you
the
said
current
top tier in
era.
these eras too. So
Yes,
you
top
know.
tier. The current era, the Caffeine era, the Smack. Smack is broken up in a couple of eras. It's the DVD Smack, it's the early Smack, it's the late Smack before Caffeine. Even if you want to put the 2 Smack eras, meaning the YouTube era as one era, he was top tier in the YouTube era. He may not have been top tier for the whole YouTube era, but he was definitely top tier in the YouTube era. He's top tier in the Caffeine era. He's top tier in the current era, post Caffeine. If you can say you've been top tier in 3 eras or more, you're definitely God tier because it's hard. It's very hard to be top tier. You could be a top name. You could be like, I'm still living off my name. Like Serius Jones in certain eras is living off his name, but it wasn't really top tier. You've been winning. Love Serius Jones. Shout out to Jersey all day, over everything. But was he the man? Like he was the man in Fight Club. He was the man in the DVD era. He was top to the tier. And he might have even gained some of that top tier status back in the Caffeine era. But 3 eras, I don't know. He did 3 eras. But I might can figure out 3 eras. I can say Fight Club. I can say DVD. I can say Caffeine. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then there's a pioneer status. So sometimes when you're a pioneer, we you know what I mean. But I want to get too deep in the weeds.
Like Jay Mills. Jay Mills is pioneering status.
Pioneer status all day, and we got to get pioneers great. It's like basketball. To quote the great Surf, it's like basketball. Do I think some of them cats that we look at like Pistol Pete or Jerry West is comparable to the talent of the benches of Jordan Clarkson or the Knicks right now? Probably not. However, pioneers pioneer, and you can't build off of nothing without the pioneers. So pioneers are another related another. Is that a message to me, or is that just me seeing another? We making the block hot? I don't know. I saw every time I'm on here, I see something from Frank, but I can't tell if he's messaging me on the low.
No, I'm not messaging. No, I'm writing this note.
Okay.
I'm about to put a tweet out. It says
because now I got
to
before we shift. Now I got a couple follow-up questions because a lot of what Keo's saying I agree with, but there's certain parts I'm just like it becomes a slippery slope. But go ahead, continue.
We gotta flush it out. We gotta iron it out. So let's go. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. This is just part 1, so we can introduce everything, and then you know what I'm saying. So just want to clarify. You said new tier, low tier, mid tier, top tier. Now you added pioneer tier and God tier.
Yes, that's all for me. And pioneer tier is more like an addendum. It's not really a tier. It's like you're a pioneer, right?
Yeah.
But I just want to, because we got to show respect to the pioneers. And truth be told, a lot of pioneers and a lot of things aren't as great as the things grow and evolve. So we don't want to like shit on them because that's wild crazy to do. But we also respect the fact that, you know, you take a running back from 2025, 2026, they're shitting on a running back in the 50s, even though we do got the great Jim Brown, who might be the greatest football player of all time. But he's one person. You know, you take the Gale Sayers, the Jim Browns, but the you know, we just want to say pioneers, we got respect for you, we got love for you, we honor you. But what I'm saying is you got low tier, you got mid tier, you got top tier. New is just new. I give you time to get into a tier. You just new for a while. You get a while to be new. You get a while to say, hey, I'm new. I'm I'm out here. I'm new. I'm getting shaken. And then God tier is the people that's been top tier for. And I always gotta say more than 2, so I say 3 because 2 is like it's a little easy to get 2.
But
And 3 is like all right.
here's where it gets interesting, right? Because now I gotta ask this question because he might not be there now, but based on the criteria you give him, was Charlie Clips ever God tier to you?
Great question. Great question.
You're talking about multiple eras.
We're gonna have to name 3 eras where Charlie Clips.
I knew Lang was here. I knew. I knew. I said I gotta brush up. They caught me in the middle of the night. It's
You knew what you were signing up for.
I knew what I signed up for. That's a great question, Lang. Great question. And then let's flush it out in real time because I'm really thinking about it as I'm answering.
Because I'm thinking Charlie Clips coming in Lions Den. It's almost like that one Tay Roc battle, which sometimes it only really took you one battle to get you where you needed to go. That Tay Roc battle got him there, right? Then he's still killing shit in the first like iteration of URL, right? Like pre 2012, comes out Summer Madness against Verb, kills it, right? And then he still has like that 2012 to 2015 era when he's battling Hollow, Lux back to back, Rex on XM. He has that era. He had a little bit of an era. He had a little bit of an era where he kind of had like a little bit of slippage. 2016, he took the body. He lost to Rum Nitty badly. You know what I'm saying? People were saying he was falling off. But then he has a 3-year run, in my opinion, 2019, 2020, and 2021, where 2019, he gives you the win over Twerk, right? He also gives you the viral battle with him and Farrah or whatever. The grudge match with him and Math, right? And then in 2020, that's when he kind of shifts us into the caffeine shit. To me, he lost to Geechi, but a lot of people haven't beaten Geechi, even with the stumble that he had. No, I'm just saying, a lot of people got him winning. I'm just keeping it real. The Geechi battle,
I agree with Lang.
Him and Couture is like one of those monkey debatables, but it still was like impactful, right? And in 2021, he gives you one of the more important caffeine moments with him in chess going to Chris Brown house and having that ultra battle there. So you can make an argument that he and in the Luke Castro performance. Luke Castro performance one of the biggest performances in caffeine. I'm just saying, like you can make the argument that like
Charlie Clips is
he's standing out.
Like, you know what? Let's go. I would have said no. I was ready to say no when you was explaining, but when you finished all your thoughts, I would say it would be God's here. And I hate to say it because I've been off the Clips train. I've been off of it since way earlier. But when you break it down, you're right. You reminded me of that Chris Brown, that Twerk, that Couture, even though it was not the greatest of battles, but he definitely won. It's like, you know what it is? All right, let's really talk about the elephant in the room. We all know that Clips is definitely top tier and definitely should be God tier. And I'm saying he is after what you said, surprisingly so. But the reason why it's surprisingly is because he did so much BS.
Facts.
That's why it's surprising me. But you're right. If you could give me 3 tiers, that's God tier. And 3, I'm gonna say 3 because it's hard to do 3 errors. It's hard to do 3 errors. If you've been top 10, he was top 10 in all those iterations you saying. Those are different iterations because it definitely was the Clips early. It was definitely a time. It is like Clips, you do so much BS. And I'm over Clips. I'm totally over Clips, no matter what. Shout out to Battle Academy. Got K Walker versus Clips coming up this weekend, depending on when you're watching this video. But they got it coming up. But I'm over Clips. But you're right. I can't take away the history. And when you itinerized what you did or you itemized the accomplishments, you're right. And that just goes to show how great Clips is, because Clips is really a great talent. It's just that unfortunately, Clips is just Clips be on bullshit.
He definitely cooked Eazy. You know what I'm saying? So he has sparks where he shows who he is. But
listen, he could have lost that Eazy battle. If Eazy was he won the Eazy battle. We don't make no excuses. God bless the dead. I know Eazy had a loved one loss.
Oh yeah, he for sure.
But I had Eazy before his choke. He was winning that round to me. And if he could have got through that round clean, I think he wins the battle 2-1.
Could have
had a third round. I'm just saying.
God bless Eazy, but Clips won that battle.
Clips won the battle.
Yeah. But we know Eazy was going through.
I'm just saying it's not as bad as people make it seem like Clips was just like 30 of them crazy. He won the first round and he was winning the second round before the choke. That's all I'm saying. But yes, Clips won the battle. So what I'm saying is this.
Next. Go ahead. Before I throw another name in there, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, because I want to
let's
get the
go.
name.
Let's go.
Because Frank introduced the idea that, and I want to say this, and I've seen people on Twitter co-signing what Frank said, so a lot of people must think like this. You don't have to be the A side to be top tier.
You have
You can be. You don't even. And I hate to say this. Shout out to Sue Surf. I hate to say this. You don't even have to be a perennial winner. You don't have to be a majority winner to be top tier.
Okay, the winning I agree with, because I've always said winning and losing. I tell battles all the time when I'll tweet out who won or lost a battle, and battles will get upset, and I say, listen, winning and losing ultimately does not matter. Your fans want to see you. They want to see you battling. They want to see you do your best. The winning and losing is for us fans to feel like we're involved in the sport. That's the opinionated part of the sport.
Yeah.
Battle rap is an opinionated part of the sport. When we start giving our opinions on who won and lost, that's how we are fans. That's the part we play in this whole thing.
I like that.
Now, as far as the actual winning and losing, it really doesn't matter. Some of our favorites have gone to God tier status, losing their way there. Daylyt. And I hate to do that, but Daylyt has lost a whole bunch of battles. Now, has he also had some incredible art shifting performances? 110%. When he is when he's on, he's really one of the greatest ever. But there's in between those greatest ever performances was a shit ton, no pun intended, of bad.
So he can't be if we're going off of his criteria, Daylyt can't be God tier then.
Daylyt has God tier talent. I don't know if he's God tier.
Okay. I was just making sure.
I think he's top tier, but I can't say he's God tier because of the string of.
You got to give me three errors he's been top tier, and he's God tier. My last graduate to God tier was Tay Roc. This is a great time for the segue to this. I'm tired.
You don't got Verb in your God tier? You don't have Verb in there?
Good question. Let me think.
That wasn't even a name I was going to mention, but yeah, because I already thought
Verb is God tier to me.
Give me 3 errors.
He graduated. I would say okay. So I would say because what I would say
for sure. Verb
I don't know if he was
wilding in Caffeine.
He had good moments. He had a lot of bad moments in Caffeine though too. He had a lot of bad moments.
Verb and Calicoe.
He had one good year on Caffeine. That's it. That's all he had. The first year of Caffeine. But
was he not top tier during that time period?
I'll give you Caffeine, but give me another error.
Now,
give me another
pre-Caffeine, the
pre-Caffeine for sure.
Era.
YouTube, of course, for sure.
YouTube era, that's 2.
Okay, now
and
give me.
I venture to say after post-Caffeine era, he was still top tier.
That's where it gets dicey.
He was still top tier, but it's tough because like
numbers, like
it's tough because like this is kind of why I wanted to segue into like the criteria I had, but before we do that. He was never going to lose his top tier status, regardless of like the losses he was taking. Now, regardless of how people feel about him, that's why I think it's interesting that he's saying that like if you remain top tier through multiple eras, you become God tier. Because for me, it's like there's people that probably don't have the work to necessarily be considered top tier, but they're still considered top tier based on whether it be popularity, or legacy.
After post Caffeine, he beat Lux and Mook. Let's remember that.
Yeah,
no, that wasn't post. That wasn't post.
That was pre-caffeine. Pre-caffeine, you mean? Pre-caffeine. 2019, 2018. Okay. 2019, 2018. Okay. So pre.
And he definitely beat Lux and Mook. And Lux is my favorite. Y'all know this. I'm very biased for Lux.
I have Verb winning. That's crazy.
I have Verb winning both.
It was a lot closer than 2019.
It was right. It's right there. It's like 2019 was like the catapult to the Caffeine, because like 2019 is honestly one of the best years in battle rap. Like if you really do the research, Cassie came back. Noam Nine's one of the best events ever. Summer like 2019 catapulted them to be able to get to a Caffeine cosign, and then from there they took off after that. But he did Mook and Lux back to back years, 2018, 2019.
Yep.
The Mook and Lux, and what's crazy is if we're being honest. Similar to Clips, 2015, 2016, Verb was in a bad spot too. Like he was contemplating retirement. Like
I remember that.
It was low key rough. It was low key rough. That
hold on. A Ward
is a good joint.
That was post Caffeine, right?
Good joint.
That was
right at the end of Caffeine. 2023 was the last year of Caffeine.
Okay, so he was top tier there. Swamp battle, he was top tier. No matter how that battle, however you call it, but that was top tier. That was an elevator.
This is the thing, though, Frank. This is the thing, and shout out to Lang, and not just because he's up here, but he actually gave me a new thought, and that's what we up here to chop it up for. there is a case of you can't really. This goes back to when I say, can you lose your status? We don't really take away status from you. You got to really do bad for a while to take away status. Like Big T was bad for a while, and that's why Big T is always the first example people use when they talk about losing status, because Big T was definitely top tier, and then he definitely went on this like terrible, horrendous run of like we're not seeing you often, and then.
Yeah, and not just Big T, but another Midwest brethren that I hate to use, but you have to use him too, is Magic as well too. It's like both of them kind of both have like that same, and it's crazy because Magic can still give you flashes here and there. That's the sad part. It's like Magic will literally give you a flash here and there, but then just like we're talking about the guy that just got off the stage, arguably be conceded clear on SM, and then the very next year he can't even get a no more SM. He's battling Ty Law at like, come on, like it switched really quick.
Yeah,
That's
it did.
tough
It did.
conversation to have.
No, but what Lang brought up, and I want to just highlight while we're talking about this is, it's not like after Caffeine, somebody's saying, "Hey, Verb, you're not top tier." There's so much legendary shit that it's like he's top tier by default.
Yes,
but the actual facts of it, is he top tier? I don't know. And
JC, A-Ward, Swamp, these is all top tier matchups, and these is all post Caffeine. Facts or no?
But was it not like a feeling of? Well, you're right. You know what? I don't want to take it. Listen. All right, then so be it.
Verb is God tier. However you
slice it. So be it. I'm not mad at that.
I think Verb is God tier, but another name I wanted to introduce was because I don't necessarily think, and it's interesting because I feel like usually people that are like mentioned as like God tier battlers usually get mentioned in like the GOAT conversation as well too. I feel like they're kind of synonymous to a degree, but this guy, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's an all-time great. He might be a top 10 battler all time. I don't know that many people that consider him a GOAT, but you can make an argument that Calicoe is God tier. You can make a strong argument that Calicoe is God tier.
I love Calicoe.
That's why.
What are we doing?
Only a person.
You cutting out, Lang. You cutting out.
I don't know if I dropped out.
Yeah, you cut out.
Did I drop?
You good now? You good? You good now? You good?
You're good now.
Okay.
What are you saying about Calicoe?
He's also a person that not only like transcended multiple eras, but he's a person that was actually used as like an end game for a couple people. Why was it such a big deal when Briz got Calicoe and SM? Why was it such a big deal when Eazy got Calicoe and SM? Why was it a big deal when Roc finally got Calicoe and SM? Like, he's used as like the benchmark of like, okay, you already made it to the dance, but are you at these level type of top tiers? Like, you're already top tier.
Even Nitty. They use Nitty.
Nitty, right, exactly. So what do y'all think about that? Because I feel like you can make the argument Calicoe is God tier.
I got Calicoe as God tier too.
Listen, they're gonna be killing me in the comments. You're making everybody God tier. Listen,
I'm just saying, if we're going off your criteria, I have a different criteria.
I'm with you, Lang. I'm with you. I'm saying you're bringing up great points because this is what it comes down to. Because we're gonna get into the top 10 conversation, and I know people are gonna flame me in the comments. And shout out to the chat. Salute to the chat. Hit the like button.
Salute to the chat
button. Make sure you subscribe. This is the thing. We cannot stay stuck with just saying only Mook, Lux, and Rex are God tier. Only everybody from 15 years ago is top tier. And like we stay stuck. We don't want to. The graduations are happening. People are graduating or getting demoted and left back. But the time is marching on. It's 2026. It's only about to be 2020. It's only about to be 2030. And people still talking about people from 2013, 14, and 15.
Right.
So I'm not. Calicoe is one of my all-time favorites, and Verb too. That's why I had to catch myself. Like, I'm bugging because Verb beat Lux and Mook. I don't care how you the original God tiers. Verb is probably the only person I can think of that beat Lux and Mook. Yeah. So I still have to say yes.
Well, then that brings me to my next person. Because this God tier conversation is very easy to have, but this will be the last God tier person because y'all are avoiding the mid tier.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the top. We're gonna get there. That's why I want to.
Let me just add one more person and free him. Geechi Gotti. Is Geechi Gotti God tier?
Absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
And I say no. And I say
I say
no.
yes. I say
What's the
I say he
yes.
only
argument?
got two.
What's the
I say he only
argument?
got 2 errors. That's what I say.
The
Free.
first
I don't know
error
if
you're
you
gonna mention
agree.
is when he got here. So what do you do?
He was top. He became top tier in 2018, right?
Okay.
So
Was
you're
that
gonna
after
say
the Av battle? Is that when we consensus that he
I
became top
honestly
tier?
I honestly stamped him with his like. I feel like sometimes it's not just a battle. Sometimes it's a run. I feel like
Okay.
2018 as a whole was a
Okay.
run where we're just
Crazy one.
we know he's here. Like there's a
Yep.
reason why
Yes.
him and Kayshawn is billed as like the main event of damn near of the year. You know what I'm saying? So like
Love that battle.
that stamped him, right? But
Mhm.
what do you say to a person that dominated the era so badly to where it like I'm sorry, like I personally feel like he dominated 2 eras so strongly to where like he has no choice but you
I
know what I'm
need 3
saying? Like
errors.
it's
I need
I
3.
know, but
I
like
need 3,
see this is why it
Geechi.
gets dicey because you
That's
can't
why it
like
gets
I'm
tough.
sorry, bro.
Because that's what
3
make you
titles,
God tier. It's
3
hard. It's hard. It gotta
titles,
be harder
and
to
on
beat.
top of that, beat a god tier, right?
Yep.
He
Yep.
He's
He
did
beat
half
beat a
and
Lux.
God
half.
tier.
He beat
Beat a
Lux.
god tier has a debatable one of them. I think him and Hollows is actually a debatable battle, right? Clearly lost
Champion
to
of the
us.
year.
So
Champion of the year.
he's
We gotta
mixed
mention that.
across like some of the god tiers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Has the best resume of all time.
Fair
Best
enough.
resume of all time.
Over
No
Better than
over
no
Verb?
Eazy?
debating.
All right, all right,
Over
all right.
Eazy?
Over
Yes,
Verb?
yes. Best
I don't
resume of all
know.
Fair
I
enough.
time.
don't
Fair
know.
enough.
I
Fair
think
enough. Fair
Verb
enough.
might have the
There's people
better.
Verb haven't battled that he has on his resume.
Fair enough. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Okay.
Not mad at you.
I don't
But
know
I
if I
know
can
you're sticking
agree.
to the 3 era thing, but I
Uh,
personally feel like Geechi just is so strong in so
Let me.
many like
I got the 3 error thing from thinking about Geechi. That's when I really thought
mm,
I was like Geechi, nah. And he got everything there, but it's like you gotta because think about it. When you say, and we're gonna get to top tier, I promise we are. But when we say God tier, it's like, it's like, were you the man? Like, think about when you think about Lux and Mook, it's like, damn, they was the man back in the day in the DVD to be the man. It's like, bro, that's God. It's like, bro, a lot of people could be top tier for a given season. Like Eazy right now, living in this season, this era that he's in. I know you can say Caffeine Era, but I'm just saying, like, he's you're like, damn, Eazy, you a bad motherfucker. But it's like
that resume
Eazy.
is
They've
crazy.
been doing this since they did it in multiple. It's hard. Look at Reed. I'm gonna bring up Reed and T a lot in this conversation. Reed, as great as he is, and he's great. And I loved him versus Cortez recently for a recent battle. I love.
Although
But I see
Cortez
you.
won, I thought Reed did well, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had Reed edging it, but it was a great battle either way. But then I think of Reed versus
Mook.
True Foe.
yeah.
Shout out to True Foe, the silent one. I think of like Reed versus Quitty. I think of Reed versus. I'm like, oh, Reed, you just out here getting. Yeah, we know when you beat Rum, it was like, yes, Reed, you're
I hate
back.
when y'all do that because we could do the same thing, free Geechi, but we could do the same thing with Geechi Gotti. We could do Geechi Gotti Shotty Horror. We could do Geechi Gotti.
Yeah, but it's
True
different
Foe.
for our pioneers that trying to stay busy. It's hard. That's my point. You're not going to see Jordan try to get on the court right now and get busy.
Geechi probably has like triple, maybe quadruple the amount of battles that Reed has. Like so it gets dicey.
Yeah,
And
right.
the percentage is probably still better, even with the ones that you mentioned as well too.
Mm.
But
Okay.
the thing that makes it
Reed is pioneer tier. We are
and we can take nothing from Reed. I'm not taking nothing from Reed. I'm just saying it's a risky proposition to try to get and Reed got active. He's not just like
what he
dipping
did
his
for
toe in
YouTube,
once in a
what
blue. He started
YouTube
getting
era.
active. Reed got back in the field and he had highs and lows. I'm not taking nothing from Reed.
Yeah.
He had highs and lows.
He would have
Tay Roc.
I had Reed beaten Eazy. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
I'm a sidestep that, and I'm gonna say that like it will also be a hard case for Reed to be considered God tier because it's like a lot of people talk about his YouTube contributions, primarily from the freestyles though, not necessarily from the battles. So he battled right, and he has a major quotable in the battle, but it's primarily the freestyles that made him into a household name on YouTube, not necessarily the battles. So that's what makes it a little bit of a distinction. But we need to segue into mid tier and top tier because
we gotta get back to the because
we need to have an interesting conversation about a couple of people, and I'm ready for
this
it.
Top tier conversation is going to be very interesting. Let's go.
So
I'm here to make people upset.
Let me start off by saying mid tier, right? I feel like unfortunately, mid tier is like a
Did he cut out for you too?
Yeah, I'm about to say. I thought I was. I'm never sure if it's me.
Yo, cliffhanger like crazy. I was like, yo.
right at the point we want to hear, though. Right at the point we want to hear. What's up?
That
What's up,
was
Lang? You got us on a
crazy.
cliffhanger next season.
I thought he was still
Previously,
thinking. Yo.
Word. I was like, is it me?
Next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
We probably got a phone call or something.
Well, while he doing that,
Lang bringing the heat, man. He bringing the heat.
He's doing his numbers. Hold on, I gotta ask you. So you said you gotta be top tier in 3 different eras. What else was your qualifications for God tier?
That's it, basically. You got to be the man for 3 different distinct eras. If you can do that, you God tier.
Okay, so the numbers, all the other stuff don't matter.
No, it matters. It matters for top tier. If you could be top tier, here we go. We back. We was like, oh, he was right on his point.
We back.
Yeah.
Yo, you had us on the cliffhanger, Lang.
Yeah, you got us on the cliffhanger. Previously on Lang.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say it's almost like I feel like there's some mid tiers that are just stuck at mid tier, and it's unfortunate for them because sometimes if you don't get in top tier right away, it's hard for you to get it right because sometimes it's hard to regarner a buzz that you have initially when you come in. So you have a couple that end up becoming top, but sometimes you don't get in, then you never get in.
Okay, you good now.
And
you good now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay,
you good.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I was just saying that like sometimes for mid tiers, right, it's a lot easier to become top tier if you like get your initial moment and crack it, as opposed to like missing out and then trying to like regarner that buzz that you initially got. Like I think it's someone like Jerry West. Like I feel like he had buzz like going into the caffeine era.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was giving people like Jerry West, like Nitty on the caffeine first card, John, Danny Myers, and then he ultimately got derailed by the Arsenal battle. It took him a couple years. Then he comes back, right? Gives you a great performance against Foots, right? Gives you the one of the biggest upsets of the year, beating DNA on that sim, and we think he's arrived. And then the following year, battles Tay Roc on a perennial card on Gnome, and ultimately is back where he started as a mid-tier battler.
Yep. And he could have won that battle.
This is what leads into right. This is what leads me into like my 4-pronged components of top tier, because I feel like this will explain why a lot of people end up being mid-tier, right?
Okay.
So I don't necessarily think you need all 4, but I do think that you need to be proficient in at least 2 of the 4 to have a case for top tier, because it's still subjective at the end of the day. The Webster Dictionary said that the term top tier means highest rank in regard to quality, reputation, or importance, right? So that obviously indicates that you can be top tier for a myriad of reasons. It don't have to be like all 3, but it can be a singular one. The first thing I think of is output. When I say output, I'm talking about, right? Like the winner and loser, but also I'm talking about the quality of the performance. And I'm also discussing the activity you're having.
Hold on. You sound crazy. You're in the blender again.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're clear now. So you said output.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good. Okay. Output.
Yeah. Results in battles, right? Quality of like performances. And then also their ability to have good showings with other solidified top tiers.
Okay, so you said
what do you guys think about
hold on, because you're back in the blender. Do you want to go and come back?
It might be where he at. He might be somewhere.
He looked like he's staring at me. Okay,
he said
output.
There's all these red hoodies going on. Frank sent me up.
Mine's burgundy. Be clear. You know what that means.
I'm sorry. Okay, can you hear me now? I'm trying to get the Wi-Fi right.
You're good now. You're good.
Yeah, he's clear. Niggas
Okay,
is
so
diabolical gangster.
my bad, my bad. I don't know what takes over my mind when I talk like that. Okay, so Lang, you said output, and what did you say after output?
Results.
Damn, he's gone again. That's crazy.
He said, I like what he's saying though. Output
Yeah,
result.
it sounds. Okay, hold on. He might be coming back. You there, Lang? Oh damn.
Yeah, the Blair Witch.
Yeah, this nigga jogging. Yo, Lang, can you hear? Can you hear us? Oh, you know what? He about to be in the crib. That's probably gonna. Okay.
Saga is crazy.
Lang, you can hear us?
Yeah, he getting right. He getting right.
Yeah, he getting right. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, it's clear now. Super clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. While he doing that, he said, did you hear that when he looked up the definition, he said highest rank in
I like
regard to
that.
quality, reputation, importance. I
Reputation.
like that. That
I
was
like that
fire.
too. I like that. I
That
like
was
that.
fire.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
I thought that
Lang,
was
I
super
like that.
fire.
Hold up,
Like,
Lang.
hey,
Trying to take
Lang
my
came
spot up
prepared.
here.
Son
He up
had
here
notes and
getting,
everything. He
up here
he's
getting
cooking.
technical.
He's
Okay,
cooking. I'm
Lang.
not gonna lie, he
I
cooking.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, he got. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. Lang, you can hear us? Can you hear us?
You know, he almost set up. He about to put it in the landscape.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yep, he about to pull
yeah.
back up. Okay,
I
he
like
ready.
that, and I'm listening because I want to see if I can merge it into my criteria because the top tier mid, and this is why I'm glad we had the top tier and mid tier debate. There are a lot of mid tiers, so I'll go Lang back. Let me hear Lang because
Okay,
he's cooking
Lang.
right now.
I
I
got
don't want
it.
to stop
Take
the
it
cook.
back from you was cooking with highest rank in regard to quality, reputation, importance. That was beautiful.
Yes.
Take us from output forward.
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit this video because I got to get these bars off. Okay.
Let's go.
4 components, right? First one is output. All right. When I say output, I'm talking about results, right? In the battles. I know winning and losing is subjective, but ultimately there are clear wins in battle rap. Let's keep it real, right? So results along with the quality of their performances, and the last third thing, a part of output, their activity amongst the other solidified top tiers. Like when they go against top tiers, how do they fare in those battles? Are they having good battles? Are they clearly winning? Stuff like that. So that's output, right? The second one, pretty simple, even though it's kind of like an intangible, impact. I feel like impact is like something that you have to have in some way, shape, or form as a top tier battler, right?
Okay.
Impact is kind of hard to measure, but you can kind of have like distinctive things that kind of say like, okay, this guy's more impactful than the other, so on and so forth, or oh, they had an impactful moment, right? The third thing, this is something that y'all love, right? I call this draw and positioning, right? So not only the ability to draw an audience, right? But also like, are they placed in like marquee positions anyway? Like, are they on the big cards like the max outs or the blackouts or the world doms or the gnomes or the SMs, right? Like, are they even on those cards to begin with? And are they drawing people in for those type of cards? Like, are they just card fillers or like these are battles that we're actually looking for? There's people that are on top cards. They may not necessarily be main event, but they're on cards. I'm sorry. They are on cards that are important and they're drawing an audience for those cards. So that's the third part.
Okay.
The last one, which I think is important to have, is because it's a little bit different from drawing positioning, accolades and acclaim. I feel like a lot of people think that like that goes with drawing positioning, but it actually doesn't. There's people in this culture that accomplish a lot and have a lot of accolades, but they're not necessarily a draw. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that make the Cody list every year. There's people that are like considered one of the best freestylers of all time, one of the best punchers of all time. Like they get all these proclamations, acclaims, and accolades, but they're not necessarily like a draw. Like they're world class like battlers, but they're not necessarily a person that may bring in thousands of people to battle. And these people, right, are a part of that last prong, which is accolades and acclaim. These are strictly battlers that have achieved a lot of stuff, have recognition and acclaim from perennial like bloggers or whatever, analysts and stuff like that, but they may not necessarily have the same draw and positioning as other battlers. So those are the 4 things I have. Because like if we just went off of having the ability to draw an audience.
Mhm.
I mean, at one point, Dot was drawing your audience. What does that mean?
Facts.
So, but that's
It doesn't
that.
mean anything innovative of itself, but coupled with other things, it does mean something. Because if you take a Dot is a archetype, right?
Yeah.
Without what he did that was drawn, he's just another We Go Hard battler. I'm not saying he's from We Go Hard, but I'm just giving you an example of like the plethora of We Go Hard. You know, I started watching We Go Hard more closely lately, and shout out to the president of the Feng Shui Room, and which is like the new evolution of that, even though I know it's different entities. But it's like a lot of the battles are similar. The Gwitties, the Ishmullahs, the Styles, the Piffies, they like this. They're very exaggerated hyperbole, overly confident rappers, right? And they all got the same similar character. They might be different styles and different, but they all like swear they're the best of the best, they're the best thing ever. And it's like, and then sometimes they get off their bars, you be like, I get it. Like, I see why you said it, but then it's like, all right, yeah, exaggerating. And I call it the We Go Hard, like, archetype. It's a lot of them that fit it. But when you look at somebody like a Dot, it's like, yes, he got to draw for what we could say is gimmicky, right? The reaching and that, but it elevated him to a point in the culture where that's Dot. That's not Piffy. That's not Styles. There's not a bunch of other people that just like, they're all kind of like blend together. Shout out to all of those guys because they all got talent, but I'm just saying, like, what we can do the DMV. There's a lot of DMV guys that blend together. There are little things that will push you up to the top, and some of them might be gimmicky versus what we, as, for lack of a better term, battle rap snobs, might want to give them props for. But it's like, it does mean something. But I wrote down what you wrote because I like what you're cooking with grease right now. You're cooking with fish grease right
hold
now.
on. I want to cover that. So top tier, output, impact, draw and positioning, accolades and acclaim.
Accolades and acclaim. I
so
like these.
Do we all agree that that's what's needed to be top tier?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
Because I'm still trying to. I got my own formula, but
let's go.
I'm looking at it. No, but I'm looking at it. I like this, but a lot of these things are overlapping because my like for output, I'm looking at that with it overlaps into resume, impact is overlapping into kind of a draw because you can have
Not
resume without the impact.
not necessarily because I feel like it kind of is to some extent. I feel like impact is where I have to use an example.
Yeah,
okay, let me go this route, right? I love this battler, but I don't think he's a draw. But I think he has impactful moments and he's been impacting the culture, right? Fonz is not a draw, I don't think. And I love Fonz. I don't necessarily think that and it's not to say that like he doesn't garner attention because I do feel like he's an individual where people see him on the card, they're like, oh my God, he's, but it's predicated on who he's going against.
Yep.
More often than not, his bigger moments are against the people that are usually shots for him. Like the reason why Nitty was an important battle is because that was a shot for him. The reason why John John was an important battle is because they wanted to see how he would fare on a New York stage against John John on the return.
So what you're saying is it's hard for him to be top tier because he's not the ace guy.
But here's the thing. No, that's not what I said because I never said he wasn't top tier. I said he wasn't a draw. Don't the semantics. Don't do that. Because I think Fonz is a top tier.
I do
because even though he doesn't have the draw, right? He does have positioning though, because how many gnomes has he been on? How many SMs has he been against top tier opponents? And then look at the output. Proceeding the Nitty battle, I can say he beat John John on the big stage. I can say he beat Geechi Gotti on Gnome. I can say he beat Suge on a big stage on SM. I can say that he had one of the rounds of and he lost the battle, which is still unfortunate because he should have won. I can say he had one of the best rounds, the best round of SM just last year. So he has that
against Rock, yeah.
And that
he should have won that battle. He lost it though. He lost it.
He kind of shot himself in the foot.
And that spears into impact, right? Like he's heavily impactful in these battles, right? I honestly think that as time progresses, people will look at the Nitty and Fonz battle as a much more important as much more of an important battle than they do at Twerk and Sikh. I know a lot of people love Twerk and Sikh and all that, but like if we being realistic,
You lost me, brother.
I think Nitty and Fonz is a better battle than Twerk and Sikh. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
that's
I'm gonna keep it
impossible to
real.
say.
Nah, it's not impossible.
Real
It's
Sikh
not
and Twerk
impossible.
each had in career high
Incredible.
performances. There's
Incredible.
no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Incredible.
That's a career high performance from Twerk, or he had a career high third round.
Performance.
I don't even know.
Every round was fire. I don't even know
Even
what
if
we're doing.
no,
Is that a
however you
top?
want
Is
to
that a
slice
top
it,
10
it
Twerk
was
performance?
phenomenal.
It's
It was
one of his
phenomenal.
best. It was
Is it a
can't
top
listen.
10 Twerk performance?
You can't leave it out the compilation.
I'm just asking a question. You can't leave
was
that
a
round out of the compilation.
fantastic.
We're talking about all 3 rounds, not
Both of
one
them
round,
have
all 3.
fantastic. I don't know what you're doing, Lang. Both of them
I'm
have
asking a question.
fantastic. They have fantastic performances. I don't know what we're doing, but
I'm just
that
saying
was
Nitty
one
and
of
Fonz
Twerk
is a
and
different
Sikh.
battle. Let's get back to
Twerk and Sikh is a
Fonz.
let's get
far
back to
better
Fonz.
battle than.
Let's get back to
Okay,
Fonz.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I get where you going. I get where you listen, Leg. You're batting 1,000 right now, but that might have been a foul ball right there. That
I
might have
think
been a foul.
that's a one off. That's a one off thing. I think Fonz and Nitty is a better battle than Twerk and Sikh, but we'll get
Crazy, but it's
whatever.
okay. Wild takes. We respect it out here.
Accolades, and acclaim. Right. I think Fonz is pretty heavy on that. Like I think
Yes.
he's been in Cody for. I mean, outside of the year where he had a death in the family, he's been on the Cody list for damn near every year of this decade so far. 2020,
Right.
when he won the tournament, made it. He didn't make it
Mhm.
2021, but made it 22, 23, 24 just last year. And the highest he's ever made it last year. And so you got that, right?
Like
Even
that.
though he's not a draw, you can't tell me he's not top tier based on the other things that I've mentioned. Like he has the output, he's beating top tiers, he's been put on big cards, he has the accolades, has the acclaim, and even though he's not the most impactful battler like all year round, he reminds you why he's a powerhouse in certain moments. Whether it be the round he had against Rock on SM, whether it be even though he it's debatable, like his first 2 rounds for Hustle was like one of the more talked about rounds of that card
I had
outside of the
Hustle, but he
Trez
did very well.
performance.
He did very,
You know what
very
I'm
well.
saying?
Yeah.
And then
Hold on. This is a good not to cut your wisdom, but this is a good point because I want to get this is a good point. I'm going to introduce something that I told Frank privately, but I want to introduce it now publicly. I don't like when and I get it, listen, it might be splitting hairs when I finish landing this plane, but when we talk about impact, and we talk about, in my case, I talk about draw, and because main staging and main eventing is important to me. I don't like using Summer Madness and Gnome as the bar, not because they're not prestigious, they are obviously, but every battler, if we're going to compare battlers together, if I'm comparing all battlers, everybody's not even eligible for these things. So it becomes an apple to oranges thing. What I mean, Fonz making it to Gnome and Summer Madness is a feather in his hat because he made it to the prestigious stage. So I like to say, just again, this might be splitting hairs. I like to say, did they make it to a main event? I know it's not that. I know it's not too many leagues no more as prestigious as URL. As opposed, like we had the year we could say, oh, he made a Summer Madness, so he made a Blue Room. The Blue Room was
or made a I did mention Blackout on World Dom earlier, so
right, exactly, you did. So I just want to, but I want to draw light to this because I see this in a lot of times in the Cody talks, and I think Cody is a feather in the hat too. I think positioning on Cody should be something battlers should be popping their collar to because it's a cultural thing. But I see this in the Cody talks a lot where they say, well, he made a Summer Madness. And it's like, bro, I can't compare Eunice to King and say, well, he made a Summer Madness in a Gnome when King not even eligible to make a Summer Madness in a Gnome. And I think that got to be highlighted because we
But the NBA
some
is
people
the
aren't
NBA.
even in the track.
The NBA is the NBA. Like, what are we doing? Like,
well,
that's the pinnacle of the battle. That's the pinnacle of the battler experience. What?
It's different though. It's different. It's different.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't. But here's the thing.
Go ahead,
King is still getting mentioned in the Cody talks off of the pure work he's given, though. So it's not like he's not being mentioned at all. But to your point, like, and everyone is prime for those positions. So I get it. But like, it wasn't just because I can speak for just this previous year, because we did mention his performances on Gnome or on SM, right? It wasn't just him making those cards. It was the fact that because we talk about difficulty level on big stages and whatnot, right? So it's not just a matter of because I mean, hell, if I'm being honest, Fonz battled Geechi on Gnome, but it was in a small room. So obviously the difficulty level is different, right? It's different than when he battled Suge on SM that was on a big stage in Houston. I say that to say it's not just the fact that he was on those like high profile cards. It's also that big stage against like world-class battlers. You know what I'm saying? Like him going against Arsenal and not just like, hanging with Arsenal, but I had him clearly winning that battle. I don't know what people saw. Like he
Right, in
clearly
London.
won
Come
that
on, London.
battle.
Who versus
Right.
Arsenal?
I'm not taking away
Eunice.
from that. I just want to make it. I just want to be clear to say,
Some people don't have that opportunity.
instead of
I get what
saying
you
Summer Madness, I just want to be clear. I just say big stages, because
But
if you made
that's
it
a
to
choice that
Blue
they make,
Room,
though. Lang, we're not. I mean,
no,
chill, we're not gonna do that. If they choose not to be on URL, that's on them. URL is
no,
the
but they don't
NBA.
choose. Some
We
people
can't
not.
say
Some people not. Some people not even.
yes.
No,
You
no, no.
choose. You
No, that's
choose
not a
how
choice,
your
because
career is gonna
there's a
go.
lot of people who want to be on URL that's just not going to be on URL. It's just
That's
what it
on
is.
them. That's on them. If you're doing great at the Rutgers, salute. But if you didn't
But
make it to the
no.
NBA,
But it's a
that's on
difference.
you.
This is what I'm saying. If somebody wild out on the Blue Room or on TBL major cards, like I'm just saying, I like to say,
No.
did you make a
I hear what
major event?
Okay, I see what you're saying. We cannot diminish a Blue Room appearance or a TBL big card appearance.
World
Those things,
Dom.
World Dom, 100%.
Yeah.
Those things are incredible, no question.
I'm just saying I don't like to specify the event because everybody's
that's
not.
the
It's not like it's
reality.
an open. It's not an open Grand Prix to
I was
all.
overall saying big cards. Like I was overall saying
No,
like
I'm with
high
you. I'm with you,
profile
man. I
cards.
just wanted
Because
to.
you could
I
say
just
the
want to
same.
highlight that.
The same with like being on like. I kind of don't want to use Apollo because it was hella people on that card. So at that point,
I know, but I like Apollo though. I like Apollo. I
Apollo
like
was
Apollo.
amazing though. Apollo was amazing.
But even something like a high stakes back in the day, that's a big card.
Right.
That's a big, and that's UW, right?
Right.
That's a big card. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible
So
card.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
That
I just
was
say we gotta. I like to
Lux
open it up.
yeah.
I like to open up the field because, again,
a lot of people aren't going to be on the URL.
a lot of people not even eligible. So it ain't even like if King was on Smack, would he have made it? We could argue that. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'd rather just, and King didn't make a major stage anyway, so I don't want to just use King as an example. I'm just saying it like to say some people make
don't have that
other
road
major cards that count. You know what I mean? I just so I like to. I'm again, is this splitting hairs?
Okay,
obviously,
but if we're doing that, let me give you some
NBA.
pushback, Cheo.
Yeah,
Is being on Summer Madness the same as being on a high stakes or a blackout or a Blue Room? Is it the same?
I would put it. I would put it on the same. I would put it in the same realm as World Dom, and in some cases max out, depending on like the type of matchup it is. Because I will say, Big K was slated to battle Serius Jones initially on max out, but Clone was the fill-in, right? So you can kind of do with that as you may. You know what I'm saying? But like on like the, but like on like a blackouts, the World Doms.
Are those things comparable to Summer Madness, though? Is the question?
Yeah,
I would say so because that's their major billing. I would say so.
So you're saying
we're just talking about major billing. We're just talking about being on the pressure.
It's a fair question because it's like Big K battled Mook on Blue Room, right? On one of the max outs.
Yeah. No. It was Divide and
a Blue
Conquer.
Room, but it was some exactly
Divide and Conquer.
But I would say that Big K versus Mook is still up there with
that's major pressure.
URL, you know what I'm saying?
If you make it to those major cards, if you're battling on a card with Eazy and Cassidy, or you battling on a card with Mook and Homecoming with Mook and Geechi,
I'm gonna be honest. I let it resonate. I gotta be honest. That's a big battle.
Huge battle.
I don't know if it's a big card though. Because if we doing that, we got to look at the overall card itself. Because I feel like one card that was big, but that doesn't necessarily have like the imprint behind it or like the major buzz behind it is like when they did Resolution. Like Resolution is not known to be like a big series, but when they did it with Cassidy and Goods and built a card around it, that's what made it into a big card. When I look at the Mook, and Big K card, I don't really look at it as a big card because, like, if I'm looking at the other matchups behind it, it was just like, granted, like King Los and Ill Will was a good like battle underneath it, but like, I don't really look at like Max Out 3. Yes, big card.
I was just about to say
have,
Max
like,
Out 3. That's exactly what I was going to go to. I can say that Max Out 3 is comparable to a Summer Madness card. Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Because every Summer Madness card is in the same.
Let's be specific then. We say Summer Madness. We say Max Out. What do we say for KOTD? Do we say World Dom?
World Dom or I would say Blackout is like Blackout is more of like.
I like Blackout.
Okay, Blackout. Okay, so is there any other league that can be comparable to those three things? I don't think so. I think it stops there. I think it's either
at one point.
I like Apollo.
I loved Apollo, but is that comparable? Apollo had 35.
I think it's a major thing. I'm gonna do you one better, and this don't go as our topic because I want to get back to top 10. Like even I'm taking credit for this, and I'm joking, but I'm also being serious. Taking credit for this. I call Just Business the Summer Madness of the new niggas. But I really believe that. Like, if you're a new nigga, you made it to a Just Business 1 or Just Business 2.
Come on. What are we doing? Are we
That,
going to compare
I'm
that
saying,
to?
I'm not saying it's, I'm
Come
not saying
on,
it's
like you
comparable.
really
I'm not
just
saying it's
you
comparable.
jumped off
I'm
the
not
deep
saying it's
end with
comparable
that
to
one.
Summer Madness. I'm just showing you
Okay.
how different imprints have different weights.
Understood, but we have to be
Comparatively
specific.
speaking.
We
I
have to be
was gonna
specific.
go to
I'm gonna say
route.
Summer Madness, Max
Yeah.
Out 3, or Blackout. If you're on one of those three, then
Yeah,
you
but
reach the
Lang made a
pinnacle
good
of your
point because
avenue.
resolution isn't like that. But that card, if you was on that card, you was on you when you're on a card that everybody's watching, every blog is talking about, and there's reaction videos, and you got Uncle Rod and knowledge out there. These are big cards.
And one thing I was gonna
Lang.
say along with that is like Mook and Rock was a big battle, but
Yeah,
but that wasn't a big card. If you look at that
bro,
undercard, it was.
Rock
I
and
saw
Big
Mook
K
and
was a
Rock.
big
Hold
card.
on, I saw Mook
But that's
and
a big
Rock.
card though.
I saw Mook and Rock in a poker room. There was no battle rap fan. These are not people that was watching this blog right now. They don't know who any of us are. It was a fight that night. I think an MMA fight in Mook and Rock, and they were playing it.
Correct.
That casuals are watching this playing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was a big deal. That Mook and Rock. So that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, I know we say Summer Madness the norm, and there's nothing wrong with that because they are prestige. They are like the highest level of imprint on the highest league. I'm just saying, when I'm talking about top tiers, if I say Coffee Brown battled Gemini in the Premier League, like, I don't know the name of the card.
It was a plug event. I think it was a plug event.
I think it was, but what I'm saying is, when I'm comparing people, I'm saying, did you ever be on any major cards? Like, because I don't know the audience count off the top of my head. I can't say that was 3,000 people, that was 1,500 people, that was 900 people.
Yeah,
but I know these are major cards, and I can remember that. So I say, if you was on a major card, it counts. It counts when we're talking about what type of tier you are.
Yeah, but we can't just say major card. We got to be specific because there's a lot of major cards out there.
Are there a lot of major? There ain't been too many major cards this year.
Yes. The Hitman and the Mook card was major.
The Bulletproof was a big deal, but it's not as prevalent as it was before. I think as people that's been around for a while, I want to say from like 2018 to like maybe 2023, we've been acclimated to get at least 5 to 6 major cards a year. 5 to 6, I would say. We're not getting 5 to 6 in this climate. We're getting one. We probably get like one, maybe two. You know, so but yeah, we're like at one point, yes, we're getting major cards every 2 months. That was when the money was popping. Like that was when all 3 leagues were flourishing, and that was when everything was popping. I would also say
I would say World Dom over Blackout. I'm still thinking about that. Okay, I would say
I think Blackout is a much bigger deal.
Okay, Summer Madness, Blackout, or Max Out. One of those three.
And I will say this too. At one point, for the ladies, shout out to Debo.
Royalty.
What did they have?
Is it royalty?
Not royalty. Not royalty.
Is it what is it?
I know the installment. Not Watch the Throne. Watch the Throne is a big deal, but it wasn't. I'm not talking about Watch the Throne though. No Holds Barred is their version of Gnome. Like that was their version. Like No Holds Barred when they had Misfit versus Bonnie, 40 versus 40 versus Jazz.
Was that Jazz?
Couture versus Official. Like that was like they don't have those cards very often.
Yeah,
but
those cards are gone though. All these things we talking about, Max Out's gone. This is gone. I'm talking about things that are gone. That's what I'm trying to say. We can't just be stuck in the past so that new cats will be like, well, I can't. And then these cards aren't even around. So all I got to do is
Max Out.
So it's like we got to respect the fact that if you made it, if I'm a battler. And I say, well, I battled on this, and this. And you're like, well, we battled on a bunch of little cards. But all right, I battled on Apollo. Apollo is a major card. Everybody's watching.
Apollo had a couple battles that don't qualify.
I know, but I'm saying that
if you think back in the day, though, Grind Time, they had major cards where like there was like 20 battles. So I can't disqualify Apollo just because they had like a
I'd say Bulletproof is a better example.
Okay, fine. Take Bulletproof. I'm just saying. You gotta give.
You're saying it's got to be big cards instead of just Summer Madness.
Yeah, because we're doing a disservice to people that aren't even eligible. They're not even. They don't even get a chance. So they just locked out of the conversation.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. So let's say,
but usually the people,
major cards. Okay.
Yeah, but usually the people that are in the conversation have already, they're already in a situation where they've been in like a high profile like card before or something like that.
That's true. That's fair.
Okay,
let's get to some names.
I want to get to you. I want to get to your guy because I want you to break down based on the criteria. Because like based on yours, he probably is there, but based on mine, I'm not sure.
Who are we talking about?
I got yours
right
here.
I'm talking about. He know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm not even trying to.
If he's about to say Muap is top tier,
no. He knows what I'm talking about because we've had this argument for about 2 years now.
Listen, we're talking about Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes is top tier. I'm gonna just start right there. Snake
Eyes. Now break it down for me, please. I'm not even trying to.
I just want you to break it down. I got no problem.
The floor is yours.
Listen. Snake Eyes, perennial laughing stock punching bag, low tier on caps blogs, arguing. He's promoing better than he's battling. Yada. It sounds good, and it was true at one point. But here's the facts. We're gonna look at both criteria, and I'm gonna find a way to merge these criteria to a better one. But output, impact, draw, positioning, accolades, and acclaim. And for me, it's draw, talent, and resume. Snake Eyes has main evented cards, multiple cards on multiple leagues. I can't because I'm old, but I'm sure you can or one of y'all can. But he's definitely main evented. I can think off the top of my head, him and Geechi, him and Riggs, him and him and
Riggs wasn't a main event. Him and Riggs was on
a major
Monopoly. Was a Monopoly, and I think A Ward and Rock main evented that card.
Did they? Was that A Ward and Rock?
Yeah, Monopoly too.
Okay, I defer to you, Lang. That's why you up here. But he definitely main evented multiple cards.
Him and Rex ended up being main event because Twerk and Eazy couldn't happen, but nonetheless, I won't take that away from him. He main evented.
Okay.
I'll give him.
So him and Rex. Okay.
Rex. He's main evented multiple cards. This goes to, for me, your draw. His promo is out of this world. No one's going to argue that, so I'm not going to harp on that. That also goes to draw. His view counts are surprisingly very, very much ahead of the people who we consider mid-tier. He's not getting views like Gwitty, respected Gwitty. He's not getting give me some mid-tiers quick, Frank. He's getting views, consistent views on consistent platforms. Right. He's not. He's getting views on.
He's getting Anderson Burr's views.
Anderson Burris is an anomaly. I hate even.
I'm just asking questions. One day we're gonna have the Anderson. One day we're gonna have the Anderson Burris conversation. And for the record, I am very anti-Anderson Burris. So take it with a grain of salt. I am. Listen. I don't know him personally. I'm talking about the character. I'm talking about the battler, not the man.
But he's an incredible battler, though. He's an incredible battler.
He's a parody. But no, I don't want to get. I don't want to.
Crazy to say.
He's a parody. That's what he
wasn't barring up against Arsenal. We can't do this. He wasn't barring up against Arsenal.
Let's keep going. Because I want to stay on course here. Views. Okay.
He got consistent views.
Okay.
Main eventing.
Okay.
High visibility and promoing. This is all draw. This is all his draw.
Mm-hmm.
His resume, rocks, nitties, Rexes. I mean, we're not talking about back. We're not talking about 4 years ago. We're talking about right now, 2026.
Geechi, T-Top. Yep.
His resume
Rum
is
Nitty. Incredible resume. Yes.
And then we get to the talent, which is the part where we're really gonna have the Snake is winning battles. Winning is subjective. Well, I go by consensus. There's a lot of consensus that I don't agree with. I die on the hill that I think Vixen beat Loso. But Smack White. But I get it. I can see the consensus. I can see the consensus. Okay. I'm just saying I don't always agree with the consensus, but I do acknowledge the consensus. I acknowledge it. So I don't buck the system. I just say sometimes I don't agree with it. But the consensus. He beat Twerk. Excuse me, he beat Tay Roc. He had a debatable with.
That's a consistent win.
He beat Tay
I
Roc.
think that's a
Yeah, he beat
debatable.
Tay
The
Roc.
Tay Roc one is
No.
debatable.
The Nitty one is debatable.
I
But
had
the
him
fact that
beating
he's having a
Nitty,
debatable
I
with
will
Nitty.
concede and say that's a consensus
I had him
debate.
beating Nitty. I had him beating Nitty.
A lot
And
of
I had
people
him-
had him beating Nitty.
I had him
I'll
beating
say
Rex too.
debatable.
I had him beating Rex
This is
too.
Nitty though. We're talking about one of the greatest punch of
So
all
let's
time.
not grade on the curve.
Yeah.
We're talking about
No,
we're
we're not
talking about
grading
either
on the
winning or
curve.
losing top tiers. I don't care.
okay,
I don't care who it is. Let's
It's
just
a debatable,
say
but if you say Snake one, it's not crazy.
It's not
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
Tay Roc, Nitty, Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Rex. Yes.
those are not clear.
I had him beating
You
Rex.
say
I had him beat
no.
Rex too.
I just want to distinguish because like you said, clear wins, and you're segueing in. So I'm trying to make sure. Are you saying these are like clear wins? Or are you saying these are good showings where you can make a case he won?
I'm saying that the consensus is not that he lost, because I'm making the point that he's not just out here checking names on a box while he's just getting beat up in tomato cans.
And that's what
I'm
people.
saying,
That's the narrative
what I'm
people
saying.
run with Snake. Is that
I'm saying I don't always agree with the consensus.
Yeah,
but I
okay.
know that there's people out here. For example, Truffaut and A-Ward.
Mhm.
Truffaut and A-Ward is a closer battle than people say, but the consensus is Truffaut beat A-Ward. And I'm not mad at the consensus because I kind of had him winning too, but then I watched it again. I was like, oh, kind of A-Ward won.
It's a
But either
debatable.
way,
It's
it's debatable, right?
I had
But
Truffaut, but I hear
the
that.
end result is people went in thinking A-Ward's going to clear Truffaut, and Truffaut battled enough where it's like people saying, well, Truffaut beat A-Ward, right? So back to Snake Eyes. I'm saying he's having the top of the top. He's having the legendary battlers where he's clearly not being
losing.
He's clearly making it debatable, if not clearly getting the consensus, which is hard to get the consensus. This is not the Snake Eyes of old. This is not Snake Eyes from 2019, 2017, 2018, 2020, even 2020. He's up here. He's battling. Yes, he has shows like Real Name Brandon, which is terrible, right? Capo, which is not terrible, but it's like you lost. Clearly lost.
Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying is we cannot keep him stuck in purgatory forever, because he's not only showing out against the top of the top competition, legendary competition, he's getting matched up with legendary competition. Just the fact that he's getting matched up. And he's performing. And he's getting the views. He's selling the pay-per-views. He's getting the face-offs. He's doing he's checking all the boxes. So for me, he has the draw and he has the resume, and the argument is the talent. Now, for you, or for us, I should say, because I do like your list too, his output. The output is there. The
in terms of what?
In terms of he's battling all the names, and he's making these are not battles that we're not watching and not enjoying.
He has quality, but there's three parts. There's three parts to the output, though.
I got it written down. Lang.
Him and Bill Collector saved that Philadelphia card when it was going left.
They were going to the Walmart to get microphones.
I give him quality, right? But what about the results, and what about how he fares against other solidified top tiers?
Having a debatable with Nitty is a big deal. Having a debatable with Nitty and Rex is a big deal.
Every name I'm naming, if Snake Eyes was as terrible as people are saying, he wouldn't even be in the stratosphere. He wouldn't even be in the. I can name a bunch of people that try to down. Nigga, you watch the comments, because I like to crunch numbers and I like to read comments. I always say the truth is in the comments. You watch the Codys, you watch the Cody panels. You go to the live reaction, not even in the comments.
I've seen it.
You go back to the live reaction. You look at the people. The people are saying, "Where's Snake?" It's the people.
And I went on record saying that, like, when I was on the panel, because I initially didn't have him in there, I went on record saying that, like, if I'm being truthful, regardless of like how I feel about the outcome of the battles, he has to be mentioned in the conversation, because I do think he's highly impactful, and I do think he has a drawn positioning. I think the issue is, for me, is just like the output, and honestly just the accolades and acclaim, because I do feel like he's made the Cody list twice, right? Once prior to him making it this year, right? But I'm just not really on board with just saying that, like, his output is of a top tier echelon. And the reason why I say that is because if we can go through every top tier in the history of battle rap, and we can at least say they have 2 to 3 clear wins against top tier competition.
Okay.
I can't say that for Snake Eyes. Does he have 2 to 3? Does he have 2 to 3 clear wins against top tier competition?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you name the 3 clear wins he has against top tier
Oh,
competition?
you said I'm sorry. You said clear wins.
Against top
Yes,
tier
yes.
competition.
He clearly beat Rex. I know we love Rex nostalgia.
One.
He beat
That's
Rex.
one. That's
He
He
one.
beat
clearly
him.
beat Rex.
That's
Yes,
one.
he beat Rex.
I
Okay.
think
He
the
beat
debatable
him.
is him and Nitty, but I think he beat Rex.
You know what's
Clearly
funny?
beat Rex.
I
That's
got
one.
him and Nitty is debatable, but the
I
consensus is he
had
beat
him
Nitty.
beating Nitty. I had him beating Nitty. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think that was a
I'm gonna
consensus.
say consensus is debatable. I'm gonna say it's debatable.
No,
'Cause
no,
I've
no. I'm
seen
telling you.
more
I
people.
don't even.
No, I
I'm gonna keep it
personally thought
real.
he beat Nitty, but I've seen more
The
people say it
consensus.
was a debatable.
I didn't think he beat Nitty originally. Keeping it real, I thought I enjoyed it. I thought he did his thing. But because I'm telling you, the people is like he beat Nitty, and I'm
For
like,
the sake of the argument, because I'm very granular.
You're gonna need a third.
I'm gonna
yeah, I'm going.
Give a third.
I wasn't using Nitty though.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
need
wasn't even using Nitty.
what rounds did y'all give him in the battle?
Oh, I gotta go back and watch that. I don't remember.
Again, Lang, I didn't have him beating Nitty, but I'm
I'm just
telling you,
asking.
the consensus.
I would say, what argument would you have for that battle? Like,
It was a
I gotta
close
go back and
battle. I
watch.
can't
I
remember,
gotta go
but
back and watch it. I
I,
don't
because
remember.
Nitty clearly took
had
the
Nitty
second
winning
for
though, Lang.
sure.
I had Nitty winning.
Okay.
But I'm saying because I'm in these YouTube streets, like it's like you are. People are saying Snake beat. Like that is the consensus that he upset Nitty.
Okay,
Even though
so
I
what are your
personally
three
might be
though?
like,
You need three. You
Yeah.
need three.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yes, Rex, number
Rex is
one.
Okay.
Tay Roc is number two. He beat Tay Roc. He
He
beat him.
clearly beat Tay Roc, bro.
Yes, he beat
I don't
Tay
know
Roc.
about clear.
Then what
Beat
rounds?
Tay
What
Roc.
rounds you give him in
I
that
don't
battle?
know about. I gotta go back and watch that. I don't know about clear. I think I had Snake winning, but I don't know if that's a clear win. I think that's a.
But you think you
debatable
had him
battle.
winning though?
I
You think
think I had Snake. I think I had Snake.
Listen to what we're arguing though. Before I keep continuing, and I'm just
Yeah.
telling you the rest.
Go ahead.
Listen to what we're arguing. We're arguing that Snake is really a low tier battler who promos better than he raps.
No. I'm not arguing
I think
that.
he's top tier.
I think
All right,
he's a
mid-tier.
high. I think he's a high mid tier battler.
I can't
I'm
say
saying
that. I can't.
he's
A riot
top
card came out
tier.
with him and A-Ward as the headliner. They had to postpone it, but that was the headliner. Was
I
A-Ward and
remember.
Snake Eyez. You can't. I'm
Snake
sorry.
Eyes is he's
Riot
the
is not-
people's champ. He's out
Riot
here.
is not booking Snake Eyez to headline an event if he's not top tier. Respectfully,
Snake is what he's giving the people what they
there's
want.
been top tiers. I feel like there's been mid tiers that's been booked in top tier
the
positions.
headline.
I'm sure there has. But it's too much with Snake. It's too many. How many times?
I'm
Like
sorry.
this goes back to my original point
Snake,
about.
but I really think he's
I'm not
top tier.
resistant. I'm just waiting. I'll get to the other examples in a
You
little
said
bit.
three though.
I want the
three.
three though. I do
Yeah,
want
you
the
gotta
three.
give
Tay
you
Roc,
Let me
Tay Roc
bring
is
it
a
up. Let me bring
crazy
it up.
one.
I think Rex. You got Rex for sure.
Hold on, let me bring it up. Lane,
If you're
Lane.
gonna say math, you might say math. I don't know. Some
He didn't
people.
clearly beat Math.
I had him being mad, but it wasn't clear. I didn't think that was clear. And I don't think he was top tier then. I really don't. But let me give you what you hold on. Let me get it together. Hold on, let me get it together.
All first verse.
Let me get it together. The GOAT. Never forget that Lux is the GOAT.
And it sucks because Snake don't think I hate him. I really don't hate him, but
I'm
do
gonna
think
say
it's
bad news.
I do think
I don't know how y'all feel. Does that count?
Bad News is not top tier. We'll nip that in the butt. He's not top tier.
Okay.
But it has nothing to do with like how I just think that it's important to really distinguish because certain people are benchmarks. Like I feel like Snake Eyez is an anomaly. I think it's actually amazing that off of the draw, off of the positioning, and off of like the impact that he has, like he's in these conversations. That honestly, that is a gift, right? There's people that's working twice as hard as
we
Snake
don't
Eyez
speak about
to
them
be.
at all.
There's people working twice as hard as him that are not
And we
mentioning
don't
these
talk about them
conversations
at all. Yep.
So I'm not even trying to down him, but at the same time, I do feel like the work matters. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to hear the three though. I do want to hear the three because if we're going through every other top tier, I can give you like at least 2 to 3 clear wins that they got against other top tier competition.
Is the Saga top tier?
No. And I love
Okay.
Saga. Saga was on the verge
I
of
just want to know.
Saga was on the verge of being top tier, preceding the B-Dot battle, going into Mike P on Gnome. Ever since then, like he has showings here and there against him. Jey The Nitewing, he just beat Av last year. That was a major upset. Like he's had showings in between where like you can see why he was like ascending to that level, but I don't think he ever really broke the ceiling.
I'm not mad at that because I never liked the Saga for the record.
Listen,
I'm just keeping it real.
That's crazy.
I never liked him. I never liked
him. You're crazy.
God bless the Saga.
Wait. Hold on. You mentioned Saga. You had Snake Eyez beating Saga?
No, I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know first. I just wanted
Yo,
to
I'm
know.
like, why are you mentioning him for?
No, I just wanted to know what we doing because
Okay,
I'm just looking at it
alright.
real quick. I'm just going. I wanted to pull up verse tracker, but I didn't. But I just wanted to know what y'all thought about because I had Snake Eyez beating. These are my three. I'm gonna give you my three: Tay Roc, Rex, and Nitty. But I agree because I didn't have him beating Nitty initially. It was on a rewatch that I had him beating Nitty. So those will be my three. But I'm trying to find some more to solidify because I didn't want to use the Nitty battle.
Frank,
But
what's your three? You have three?
I don't have three. When you limit it to top tier, I don't have three. But if you were to say just give me 3 Snake Eyes wins, we could have a different conversation.
because who did you have laying between Snake Eyes and Swamp?
Swamp on that.
Okay, I just wanted to know because I seen both. Seen both.
The top, y'all missing one. Y'all, well, I mean, the battle ain't there no more. If y'all had told me Cortez, I would have let y'all have that one.
That's why I had to
Snake
look it
and
up. I should
Cortez.
have had
I
it in
don't
front of
remember
me.
that battle. Damn.
I had to
Wasn't
look
that
it
on
up.
like that was on URL, wasn't it?
No, it was on a upstate New York. It was when he first got the his belt from Midnight
Oh yeah, he got his
Madness.
Midnight
belt.
Madness.
Yeah, I forgot about his Midnight Madness. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I gotta go back and
See,
watch Snake
But
and
here's
Cortez.
my case though, right? Because I think it
yeah,
took us about like 5 to 7 minutes to kind of find like 3 battles in this top
Trez.
tier competition. But when I'm talking about like, okay, let me ask this question, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Is Loso top tier?
Woo,
I said he
woo.
was, but they told me I was wrong.
Okay. So
Because let's get into the meat and potatoes then. Because if we're
nah,
talking
Yeah,
about
let's get
output,
into it.
Loso is giving us output. Loso is giving us impact. Like he has accolades and acclaim. If you want to say Snake Eyes draws more than him, that's fine. But if you're gonna sit here and tell me that Snake Eyes is top tier, then we have to make space for Loso too.
is Loso a draw?
I don't think he draws as much as Snake Eyes does. I do think he's a big deal, like
It's a
in
big
the
deal.
Southern Circus, like when he's on like the cards in like the Florida and Atlanta and
Mhm.
stuff like that, because his following is a big deal. I do think he was one of the more talked about battlers last year because of his involvement in the tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
In
And
2025, he went crazy. His resume was ridiculous. He battled like 1,000 times last year.
but here's the thing though. I've like the one thing that, and I love Loso. No, Loso knows that. But one thing
Yeah.
that's always kept me from being able to put him, like really graduate him into that status, is kind of like the similar thing in that, like, you know, I feel like the output, like I feel like he's shown quality a multitude of times, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But when you have like the parity between him and other top tier battlers, like I can give him the win over Daylyt, right? I can give him the win over JC,
Mhm.
but then it gets tough after that. Like he beat Pass, but a lot of people would consider Pass a legend. But like if I'm being honest, I don't know if people are like outright saying Pass is a top tier right now,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then we just seen how he fared against one of his biggest battles of the year, right? Battle Nitty on the Philadelphia card. We seen how he fared in that one, right?
Mhm.
Killing it
Mm-hmm.
all year. Gets into the Nitty battle. What happens? Was campaigning for
That
the
was
T
match
top
he
battle.
lost.
Was campaigning for the T top battle
It was
for
Nitty
a
though.
long period of time. I don't have him beating T top. And then campaign for the twerk battle for a long period of time. Didn't have him beating twerk. And that was probably going to be the one that really graduated him to top tier. So I say that to say, I think both Snake, and it's funny
Did
because they just
Loso
battled.
beat Geechi? Did Loso beat Geechi?
Not clearly, obviously. I mean, he didn't get the judge vote. It was
Let's
bullshit. It was
come on.
bullshit, but
We're
it was
here to keep it a
bullshit. But
beam.
hey,
Did
it
Loso
was
beat
bullshit. But
Geechi?
hey,
It's a yes or no. Did
I had
Loso
Loso
beat
being
Geechi?
Geechi. I had Loso
I
being
Did
also,
Geechi.
I also.
okay. Did Loso beat Tay Roc?
But that's the point I'm making. Nah, Tay Roc won. He had a case, but Tay Roc won. He won.
Okay. How
But
was Loso versus Chess?
really
Oh,
great. But a lot of people got chess winning that. Like it's to the point where
I had
like
Chess. I had Chess. Did
so
Loso beat Jazz the rapper or Real? Although Jazz was one round. Did Loso beat Real Deal?
that was a great battle.
no, he didn't beat Real Deal. He
Okay.
approached that battle in a different way. It was
Mhm.
like he did it more of like a honorary type situation because it was like the past state
Mhm.
card where Real Deal was actually like at his neck trying to battle him, but he didn't beat Real Deal.
Okay.
No,
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna give you a couple more.
I say his three is like JC
Okay.
Daylyt.
He
Daylyt
beat
was a huge
JC.
one,
JC and Daylyt. That was major.
And then I would say
Um,
I would say DNA. He called DNA slipping, but that was like
mhm,
early. But like
mhm.
yeah. And then honestly, he is the one that actually transcends the
Arsenal.
top
Did
10
he beat
wins for him.
Arsenal? Did he beat Arsenal?
He did. So
That's
actually, he
three.
might be top
That's
tier.
three.
He actually
That's
might be top
three.
tier.
That's three.
Okay, but
My boy Loso is top
guess
tier.
what?
Let's
Guess
go.
what, Keith?
You said
See
he
how quick
wasn't
that
top
was?
tier
Hold
last
on. You see how
show.
quick that was? You see,
He's top
but hold
tier.
on.
He's
Here's
top
my
tier.
point. Here's my point. Here's my point. We broke it down. We said, oh, he did this, and this. Cool. And it was quick for us to find the people for Loso. But it took y'all a hard time to figure out if he was top tier or not. But when it came to
No,
Snake Eyes,
no,
and we
no,
over here
no,
struggling to find, like,
no,
I'm just see what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
no.
Like, I'm just trying to
Hold
figure
on. Let's
something
be
out.
clear. Let's be
I'm
clear.
gonna find 3 for Snake. Give
No,
me a
no, no.
second.
Let's
Go
be
ahead. Go
clear.
ahead.
You put the addendum. I'm not gonna say the caveat. You put the parameter of against other top tiers. When Snake Eyes went crazy versus XL, Riggs, K Walker,
That
all in a
Riggs
row
battle was
like that,
amazing.
this is when I
Amazing.
would say like Snake Eyes has arrived. Like he was going, and I know those names ain't quote unquote top tier. That's why I didn't bring them up. But that run and that output, and it was back to back to back to back. Snake Eyes is not mid tier. He's a draw. People like him and Bill Collector turned the event around.
Saved that whole card.
Like literally, the event is like this is trash. They bug in. Where's Eazy and Cat? And then here they come. When you need a champion, Snake Eyes is there for the people.
I think
And okay, I'm gonna throw
Snake Eyes
another.
is like one major battle away from top tier, in my opinion. One major battle.
So
No,
see, Frank, come
No,
on,
I'm saying
bro.
because you said 3. You said you need 3 top tier performances.
Well,
When I
well,
look
well,
at
no, no,
Snake's
no, no,
resume,
no. But
he
no,
just
I was
needs
no,
one
no, no,
more.
no, no. I was just saying that to make a
If your
case.
argument
It's
is he
not.
needs 3,
No, no,
right?
no.
That's
That
your
wasn't my
argument.
argument. I was saying
no, he was just asking an example.
from what
Mhm.
I've seen,
Mhm.
every top tier I've seen it has at least 3 top tier clear wins.
Me
And I said I
personally, I think
couldn't.
Snake is top tier. But if we're gonna fit your argument, then he just needs one more.
It's not. That's the thing, though. It's what I've observed, but it's not in my criteria. So that's why I'm saying I can understand. But the reason why I would say high top tier is because again, I don't quite view the output the same as you guys do. Like I think
Mhm.
he has an impact in the draw and positioning. Those are the 2 that he's heavy in. But like the other 2, I don't think is quite there. That's why I say high mid tier. I don't even think he's like I think he's like levels above a lot of people in the mid tier realm, right? I
Of
just think
course.
that, but I just,
Look what
but
he
I don't think I'm graduating him into top tier because then we got to say he's like, I don't put him in the same category as a real Sikh or a Fonz or any of those guys. He's not in the same
Mhm.
category as a real Sikh, Fonz, Jey The Nitewing, none of those guys. I'm
but look at
sorry, he's
hold
not.
on. Stop right there. Stop right there. And I'm
Mhm.
not even mad because I do consider all those guys top tier. But when we do the whole thing, and a Snake Eyes announcement versus a Fonz announcement is a different energy. A
But you
Snake Eyes
wouldn't, but
promo
you
versus a
wouldn't,
Fonz
you
promo.
wouldn't dare say you have Snake Eyes as a better ballad than Fonz.
Can Snake Eyes beat Fonz?
I'm asking you a question. You would have Snake Eyes over Fonz right now?
I'm asking you, can Snake Eyes beat Fonz?
Snake Eyes can be competitive in a battle. I don't know if he could beat Fonz though.
Would you bet your money that Fonz would beat him?
I don't bet on battles because
Depends on
people
the
I know, I
Fonz that
just
don't.
shows up.
hypothetical.
It depends on the Fonz that shows up because y'all can't tell me
I'm telling you that Snake Eyes is going
Snake could have
in.
beat the Fonz that showed up for A Ward. I'll tell you that.
Can he beat the one that showed up for Cortez though?
I don't know.
Snake get busy. I don't know why y'all
Snake
don't.
is
Snake
fire
is
though.
busy.
There's
Snake is
definitely
busy, but Fonz,
resistance to
but
Snake
I heard
being.
but the
Snake is
quick thing,
dirty Loso. I don't know if it's true because I haven't seen it.
you
Yeah,
have
I
to
gotta
see
see
it.
that battle.
But
And if he
my
did beat
distinction is
Loso, guess what?
If he 30
Guess
Loso,
that's a
where
good
he
win.
is.
That's a good win.
I'm
That's
Guess
a good
where
telling
he
win.
y'all,
is, Wayne. If he beat Loso, guess what
That's a
Snake
good
Eyes
win.
is?
That's a
look
good
for y'all to
win.
Definitively
be
top
tagged in a
tier.
That's a
tweet
good win.
if he
Here's the
30
thing
Loso.
though. Here's the thing though. Fonz be mollywopping people though, and not
No,
just
he
any
do.
like
Yes.
No,
he
I
be
love Fonz.
mollywopping top
Yes.
tiers. Like
Yeah, I think
Fonz
Fonz
is
he
is
be
top
top
beating
tier to
tier.
top
me.
tiers.
He's top tier to me. I'm saying that Snake Eyes is competitive. You're not mid tier being. You're not
You
mid
are
tier
mid tier
being.
being competitive. There's plenty of bro. Let's not do this. There's plenty of mid tiers that are competitive with battlers, but they're not
Is A
winning.
Ward top tier?
Yeah.
We are not doing this tonight.
Is that a real
Is he
Cut
question?
it
top tier?
out.
I'm just curious.
Cut it out.
Yes. Is that
Yes.
a
It's
real
5:50 in the
question,
morning.
Cheo?
We doing this. Yeah, I
Is
think
this
he
a
is
real
too.
question?
I
Oh,
think he
okay,
is
okay, okay.
too. I think he
Okay.
is
Come on.
too.
Come on.
No. I think
I
he
thought
is
we was
too.
going in a different direction.
No. I think he
I
is
was like, what are
too.
you talking about?
I seen Snake Eyes dancing. Y'all not gonna keep putting Snake Eyes down because I know what it is. It's the persona. It's the dirty New
No, I ain't got nothing
Yorker.
to do with that. There's plenty of cocky battlers that have
There's
ascended to
definitely
top
resistance
tiers,
to Snake
but
Eyes though, Lane. You
but
got to keep it a beam.
but
There's
at the same,
definitely
but well, there's
There's
plenty
a
of villains. There's plenty of villains that end up graduating to top tiers too. But everybody didn't like
plenty.
John coming up. Everybody didn't like John coming up. He was
John was never a villain. He was never a villain. He was
bro.
never a
I
villain.
mean, he didn't
He was
want to be
never
a
a villain.
villain, but he was one of the more hated battlers coming up.
He
Was he
was
not?
champion. I was one of the few people back in the day that said Bill Collector beat John.
He was not,
The whole
bro.
culture said John beat Bill Collector, and I used to go crazy. This is before everybody called him a thief. I was like, he just I called it tracing back then.
That was
I like,
that
he
was
just
around the
tracing.
time. No, that wasn't before. That was around the time he was getting called a thief.
No, it was after that. Actually, I remember this very clear because I was a
The bill
very
collector
big Bill
by the
Collector.
bill collector time, bro.
Bill
Because
Collector.
they already
Remember,
knocked him. They already knocked him for doing the multiple choice thing against B Magic. So that was before that. That had to have been around the time
no,
because
it wasn't. But it wasn't in full fledged like it was. Listen, what I'm saying. I remember because the battle happened and people used to talk about the battles before they dropped. And I remember they was talking about the battle for weeks before it actually dropped. Like, yo, John beat Bill Collector. And I was like, and Bill Collector was my favorite battler back then, probably. Not my all-time favorite, but my current favorite at that time.
that's a debatable
And
battle, bro. Looking
back, Bill beat John. John had no original material except a little bit of material about him being in school and doing whatever. Everything
the
else
John
was a remix.
Travolta flip was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like Bill
Everything else
Collector
was a
was.
retrace. Everything, 90% of that battle is a retrace of other people's bars. Like literally, I'm not even exaggerating.
my
I've been saying
God.
it since back then. No, I'm not even being funny. Original material in that battle is literally him talking about Bill Collector being in school and
But
doing
look,
some weirdo shit.
but to that point though, right? Look how long it took John to be graduated to top tier. He wasn't top tier after the Hitman battle.
Things change, man. Things change.
I'm just saying it took John to become top tier.
It's a
You know
whole
what's
different
crazy?
world, though. It's a whole different
Things
world.
change is a
John,
great response.
these changes funny as hell. But nah, John didn't become top tier until like 2015. It took him years after the Hitman battle to
Took
become
him a little
top
minute.
tier.
Took him a little minute.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
might have been a
And-
little sooner than that, but I get what your point. I get your point.
It took
it's
him
just
a
tough
minute,
for me
though, that's
because
for sure.
like I watched people. You know what's crazy? You know what it really is though, is I would see people struggle to give the Sikhs, the Jays, the Fonzes, and those guys top tier status, even with the work that they put in. But they'll be quick to give. But they be quick to give other people the status off of them being able to promo or them being able to
The
be
real
on
sick
TV.
one is definitely it's tough. It's difficult. That's
Not
a
me.
difficult
Not me.
conversation.
What's
I've been
difficult
giving up.
about
The
real
real
sick
sick-
right now?
No,
It's
the
not
real
difficult.
sick-
Nothing
I
difficult.
think it's a difficult conversation because impact. Like
He's
the
been impactful
impact-
these past couple years.
No. It's like here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. I think Real Sick is a generational talent. I think he's incredible. But it's like some of those battles, especially with the back-to-back taking names all the time,
Yeah.
it doesn't give you the same cultural impact. Like when I thought he beat Nitty, that shit came and went. That was not an impactful.
So he
battle.
has
That
mixed
shit came and
results. So
went.
he has mixed results with top tiers, just like Snake Eyes does.
Not so much mixed results because I think he wins the battles, but they're not culturally impactful because it looks like he's just only battling names. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't agree with that.
part of
Ilmac
earning
was
your way
a-
up, part of earning your way up is the giving of shots as you're climbing the ranks. But when he's back to back with names, it dilutes itself. And then when you go to the big stages, he's got like 2-3 wins max on the big
He don't have that
stages.
many wins on big stages. He doesn't.
See what I'm saying?
I mean,
So it's like
the only one I
He
can
has
give
more. He
him.
has more
components.
recently, though. He has more recently. That means his trajectory is going up.
He has
but it's
more.
missing
He has
components
more.
to his impact and to the big stage wins. And I also think that part of why the whole just only battling names thing and not engaging the fans in that way, I think that also he loses in the momentum that he builds in these battles. Like you're just seeing a Real Sick announcement against another name. Like,
But he's putting on. He hasn't. Listen. He is. Let's.
but he's
listen.
incredible. The battling itself is not the issue.
I know it's
In
not
the
the
ring,
issue.
in the
You're
ring, Real
arguing
Sick is-
impact.
I'm arguing
Yeah,
the
you're
impact
on
of these
But
impact.
battles.
the other three things that we're talking about though, like the positioning,
Like
was he-
output phenomenal.
accolades and acclaim.
Impact, accolades and acclaim. accolades is the wins for sure. Very high win ratio.
He won Body of the Year against Danny in 2021. That's like his second year really in the game. He won
Yeah,
Body of the Year.
I'd say accolades is good.
Multiple Cody appearances, right?
I'd say accolades good, but when we say acclaim, are we talking about like how we view him as a talent?
Is he not considered one of the best pure rappers in battle rap?
100%.
That's
But
one of the major proclamations that we can put on his name in the battle rap.
agree with you. I 100%. I think he's one of the best ever. Again, with Sikh is not the raps. How's Real Sikh's promo game?
That's what I'm saying. He misses out in draw. He misses out in draw because of the promo.
So impact and draw is where he suffers, right?
I still feel like he's in. I still feel like he's exhibited a lot of impact.
I feel like he's impactful.
What impact are these big names?
Is him? Well, hold on. Is like if I'm being honest, bro, not that many people in this decade are walking around with like a classic battle like him and Chilla. Like him and Chilla is one of the best battles of this decade, right or wrong.
Right.
I don't know if I could say that, but I hear you.
Right, and then if I can go into his 2021 year before, like people threw the, I ain't gonna say threw it on his name because it was actually true. He was starting to get mixed results with top tiers, but when he headlined for the most part, well, I mean, I guess
stay there. The wins were against the top tiers. How?
Okay, let me ask a question before I get into this. You guys consider Mike P top tier?
Oh man,
begrudgingly, yes.
These type of questions.
Begrudgingly, yes.
I think he has had times when he was and times when he wasn't.
No,
okay, let's get into this thing. So you're gonna tell me we have to have a conversation about whether Mike P is top tier, but we don't need to have a conversation about whether Snake Eyez is top tier or not.
No, I'd say yes.
I think Mike P had times when he was, and then there were other. Or actually, you know what? I don't think I would take away his top tier stats. Let's say yes. I would just say that like he's had some moments in his career where up and down. But yes, he's top tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when Real Sick came in, right, 2020 took the world by storm, lost first round, but like he kind of was like champion because they knew it was a hard fight against Jey The Nitewing. After that, him and Kid Chaos had one of the best like caffeine battles in caffeine history as well too. Yep. We seen what he ended up doing against Chilla, having one of the best champion of the year run. Chilla as well too, probably was like gave him one of the better fights outside of twerk. You know what I'm saying? Did what he did against B Magic. Comes into 2021. Handles business with Mike P. A lot of people consider that as debatable. I personally had him like clearing that battle. That may be an unpopular opinion, but clearing that battle, right? Boom. Has Arsenal. A lot of people sweep that loss under the rug, but clearly beat Arsenal, right? Boom. Goes on Gnome. Danny's on a killing spree. 30 and everybody. What he do? He 30 Danny on Gnome. His first.
It was a nasty win, but it was.
He made Danny quit. I never let Danny forget that.
It was a nasty win, but
the handles business there. That's already a lot more impact than a lot of these new guys have. No slight to the new guys, but like that alone is already enough, right? Then he gives you good clashes, right? We just mentioned him versus Twerk, right? Bouncing back after the K-Shine.
You gotta say he lost. Right? If you're gonna say he won some of the mothers, you also gotta say what he lost. So he
lost against
on a big
DNA
stage.
To me. Twerk is not a clear loss to a lot of people.
Nobody has Sikh beating Twerk in that.
There's people that got Sikh winning.
The consensus is Twerk won that.
I had Twerk winning, but I thought it was a good battle.
I thought Real Sick did very well, but he lost that battle. So if we're gonna say he won that battle, we gotta say he lost.
Rest in peace, Pat Stay. Him and Pat Stay, heavily debatable battle.
He also lost that battle.
That's a debatable battle. That's a debatable
battle, brother. He lost.
I think it's what you think. What you think?
I thought it was close. Listen. They're gonna say it's a Jersey bias. I thought it was close. I thought it was a close battles. I would say Pat Stay won, and it's definitely
of course Pat Stay won. But
what rounds?
He did well.
If we're gonna have this conversation, you got to give me the rounds. What rounds?
I gotta go back and watch it.
Yo, you gonna do this every episode?
Crazy. I watched that battle I introduced my family to battle rap with Pat Stay.
It's a good battle. It's a great battle.
I've watched it enough times that I should know what rounds I had Pat, but I had the Pat winning. That was a Pat Stay win.
But it's not a K-Shine loss. We gotta.
No. That
K-Shine and Rock was another one,
and Rock was another ass whooping. So, like I said, the promo, the top tier stuff, and then just not giving shots while just taking all these names back to back and decreasing.
He's the best. He might be the best pure rapper in the game right now. What are we talking about?
That is not, like I said, what happens in the ring is not questionable.
Okay,
Real Sick in the ring.
That should be the most. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm sorry.
But it's not.
But that should be the most important
This is
thing.
battle rap. Unfortunately, that's not. There's other
That should be the most
factors.
important
That's
thing.
why I
If it
say
was
You
just
become
about
top.
why
But I feel like you should become top tier, not like by both though. Like
if it
no.
was just about the raps,
It's
Kid
cool
Chaos
to
would be
be
one of the
great.
greatest ever too.
No, I'm not
Excel
saying.
would be
I'm not
top
just saying
tier.
that. I'm not just
Excel
saying
would
that.
be one of the greatest ever
I'm not.
too.
I'm no, because they're losing the other top tier competition. That's you're not
So is
using good
Real Sick.
examples.
Where I'm telling you all them top
Real
tier
Sick
battles
is
he
having
lost.
mixed results. He's having
Yeah,
mixed
mixed
results.
results.
That's different.
And
He's losing.
Listen, losing against Hall of Famers, first round ballot Hall of Famers is not nothing to like be like, oh, let's get him out of here. He's losing
But he's beating. But he's
Tay Roc,
beating
and
some of
Pat
these
Fred.
people too. I'm not gonna just sit here and
Yeah,
say
he
losing
did
all of
beat
them.
Illmac. He did
And he's
beat Rum Nitty.
embarrassing.
He's
He
definitely
beat the shit out of Illmac.
Yeah, he beat
Like he beat him so. I mean,
Look what he did
usually when
against
you rap as long as
Disaster.
he
Look what he did
did,
against Disaster on
That's
SM.
technically low
Exactly.
key a big card. Maybe not a big stage, but that's a big card.
yeah,
That was
a big
actually one of the
card.
biggest battles. That was one of the biggest battles on the card too.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
especially of that day.
that one was crazy.
That was one of the few times that, and guess
But
what?
Real Sick
Snake Eyes
it
was on that
will.
card too. And who was higher?
Bringing back Snake
Y'all
Eyes.
want to use that? I'm just saying, y'all gonna
It's
use it.
okay.
We gotta use
But
it.
we gotta keep it a beat with Real Sick.
Snake Eyes.
There are outside of
listen.
battle rap components that he lacks in. That's a fact.
Snake
But in the
Eyes
ring, he's one of
is
the greatest
not.
ever.
I'm not saying he's loaded. He's not loaded Lux and Murder Moot. I'm
You
saying
guys
that
have him as top
in
tier.
20
I have him as a high mid top tier, and I'm not mad at you guys having him at top tier. But I'm
But where
I'm just trying to see.
I have
as long as you're not
Real
mad.
Sick there too, though. If we're gonna have that conversation,
You have
That's
Real Sick
insane.
where at high
I'm
mid
looking
top
at-
tier.
high mid tier.
Y'all
No.
both are insane. Y'all both are insane. This is what I'm talking about.
I
Y'all can't let go. Y'all
give
can't
Real
let
Sick
people
top tier.
graduate.
There's some things he still got to do. Now, I think he has God tier level talent. Let's be clear about that.
He got God
Real
tier
Sick
talent.
He has
the output.
but he has
the accolades and acclaim.
It's other things he got to do. He got to give us more impact. He got to give us more promo. He
Hold on. Let me say this to you.
He's
been impactful. He's done more.
And he got to get more clear wins.
This is why I keep to the 3 criteria. You know why?
Hold up. What is like, bro? More big wins on the clear stages.
More clear wins on the big stages.
We couldn't even get through 3 clear wins from the other previous person we were talking about.
And I seeded your point. I said,
no,
okay.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I went into this saying Snake Eyes is top tier. You said he don't got 3 big wins. I said, okay. But
I feel like he
that
does.
Same conversation, Real Sick also
on big cards though. Because we said big cards too.
We said big stages.
Big cards.
Big cards, big stages. Same thing.
What are we doing? Okay, listen. All I can tell you is those are the 3 things I need to see from Sikh. Other than that, I think his talent is not questionable. I think
this is why. Hold on, Frank. This is why I keep it to 3 criteria, because when you say what you're saying, it becomes ridiculous because Rum Nitty is such a God tier talent.
I don't know if we established the God tier, that Rum Nitty was God tier.
No, I'm not saying
Calicoe,
God tier. I'm saying he's
Roc,
such a great
Lux,
talent. I'm just saying he's great talent. He's such a great talent, and he's
not God tier yet. But once he takes his break after 2026, he'll be God tier.
I personally feel like he's God tier personally, but I think when we go by criteria,
what I'm saying is you don't have to do everything at 100. We know that Rum Nitty promo is not all of that.
I got one more game before we
get off. He is a draw. You put Nitty on the card.
Nitty is a draw.
Mama want to see that.
He's one of the. Guess what? Him. I would say him and Magic are one of the few people that became a draw without doing the promo shit. It's kind of crazy how that works, but they literally became top tier off of pure work. And that's
never lost his draw though.
That's the punchers minds. Shout out to Spills from Bash Money. Shout out to Bash Money. And I am gonna bring up Capo Bravado, maybe in part 2. But
save that for part 2, please.
He pointed out that a lot of punchers are introverts and he's just not that type. And it's true, from King to B Magic to Rum Nitty to Fonz, even though Fonz seemed more extroverted than those guys, but it's just something about, I don't know what it is, but I gotta admit, it seems like it sticks, it tracks. And but at the end of the day, I'm just saying that you don't have to do everything at 100, but you do have to be proficient enough. If you're like overly proficient in one, it's gonna bring the averages up. So Real Sick right now, Real Sick. You'd have this argument with Jey The Nitewing, and I love Jey The Nitewing, by the way. But you could have a better
He has
argument right
drawn
there.
positioning though with that. Like,
Right.
and it's
Jey The
crazy.
Nitewing's resume is insane.
he draws
Insane.
people. People like
His
want to see
talent
him.
is
And he's a
insane.
draw. Jey The Nitewing is a draw as well.
Right.
Because
And
of
his talent is
100%.
insane.
100%.
So
100%.
you would have a better argument because he's not, I want to say as active, maybe is the word I'm looking for. I'm not sure. I might be using the
Not
wrong
this
word.
year, but last year he was moving around.
He got enough. Like, granted, he was 50-50 because the preparation, but he has enough top tier rec and again perennial wins to where you can make a case. Like, I had him beating Geechi, right? He beat Nitty. I see. That's a case where I said, yeah, he beat Nitty. He beat Nitty in New York on a
That battle
stage.
was so nasty.
It was ugly, but he got the win. Sometimes Floyd Mayweather had bad, ugly wins. He got his win. We got to give it up for that one, right? Him and Ill Will was a classic. One battle of the year. That's
was one of
impactful.
the battle of the year, and then also him and Sheed was also one of the.
Him and
battles
Sheed
of
was
the
a great
year.
battle. Him and Rock was a great battle too.
That's what I'm saying. 3 out of the 5 best battles of that year was him.
Him and Mad Flex was a great battle. Come on, bro.
Let's
crazy.
Homeschool.
Him and Homeschool is amazing, but
See,
that was
man,
this year.
come on.
That's
And again, and not to say it this way, but even when he's taking a little bit of a step down, he's not diminishing his work. He's gonna give the same work that he has
phenomenal.
Come on.
Yep.
Top
I
tier.
got another name.
These are top tier. Oh, go ahead.
So is Jey The Nitewing top tier?
Absolutely. But,
Yes.
but I got another name. I think he's top tier.
Nitewing.
I got another name. I think he's top tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people has been I don't know what they're doing, but I don't like it. But I'll say this. Chef Trez is top tier to me, and nobody can make me feel different. Nobody can make me feel different.
This is going to be our final top tier conversation with Chef Trez. So make sure y'all argue well because this one is interesting. Is Chef Trez a draw?
No argument. I don't got no argument.
Is Chef Trez a draw?
Top tier, 100%.
Is Chef Trez a draw?
Yes.
We just talked. He's a draw in certain. If he's in the South, look at how that crowd responded to him.
Caveats. I don't want no caveats.
I'm just saying.
Look at him trying to add in the South. That's
what do you
great.
Mean?
Output. Chef Trez output.
Great output.
Chef Trez impact.
He's impactful. Not as impactful as others, but he's.
Y'all gotta keep it a bean. Are we keeping it a bean or keeping it a bean?
What do you mean?
He's impactful.
He takes a lot. He battles 30,000 times a year. Them shits don't be having impact.
It do be having impact.
Chef Trez versus Rashad the God. Great battle. Did it have impact? All right. Exactly.
You're choosing his work. You're choosing his
exactly. So impact is where Chef Trez has the issue.
How many views you think he got with T-Top in 2 years? Just off the top of your head, Frank. Just what would you say? What would you want it to be?
Couple hundred.
270, 220, 277.
There you go. That's fair. That's very fair.
That's very fair.
I'm looking as
T-Top won that clear though. T-Top won that one clear.
I'm looking as a collective though, right? Because
hold on. Let me just get through the criteria. So output, we agree. Chef Trez is impeccable output. It doesn't matter who he's battling. Chef Trez is going to give you 1,000% every time. So output, no question. Impact, that's the issue.
I disagree because he came out 3 of them things was a move. We're not gonna just
I'm talking about
stick
throughout
it to
the whole year. I'm saying throughout the whole year.
No, I'm talking about his overall career. Him showcasing impact.
If this is overall career, then we got it. Then
because
Chef Trez is top tier, no question.
Because we're
talking about in a year.
But even now, right? I could say, in the last 3 years, he's been a top 3 candidate for the last 3 years,
and he's been at 3 almost every. It was 3 to 5.
He was 3-3. He was 3-3 and 2. He was runner up just last year.
Yeah. And I just first of all, let's be very clear.
You don't just get that being a mid team.
Battle rap owes Chef Trez an apology. Let's keep that a beam because he has not been on fucking big cards. Why has he not been on Summer Madness?
It's BS. He should be on
he's owed an apology for that because there's no way someone of Chef Trez's caliber has not been on Summer Madness. He's owed an apology. I don't even want to get into what that is. He's owed an apology. Can we keep it a bean about that?
No, 100%. He should have been.
So why has he not been on Summer Madness? I guess is my question.
Because I think he oversaturates himself with too many people. I'm looking at a year right now on YouTube. Yeah, a lot of battles I didn't even knew he had that on just YouTube drops, just
Yep,
from the
yep,
from the year.
yep. No, but that's the thing is all those small battles.
Chris
Yep.
I'm not gonna
Jiggs.
use
But but
oversaturation because I've
yeah,
seen
but
plenty
I was
of
about to say,
battles.
what's the flip side? That you penalize somebody for being great?
No,
Not even
I'm not
that.
even
It's like
penalized. I'm just saying maybe
okay.
that's why. I'm just saying maybe
But I'm
that's
saying
why.
those battles have low impact. But here's the problem. I said earlier that those battles have low impact, but the flip side of that is he's at his best in almost all of those. He's giving you great output, but he gets penalized because these are these lower names or lesser familiar names. He gets penalized for that, and that's why he's not on these big cards, the
But
Summer
here's it.
Madnesses and all that.
But
And that
his
don't make no
output,
sense. That
his
don't make no sense.
output,
He's being criminalized for doing great repeatedly.
He got a
true.
It's
lot of
crazy.
he got a lot of
That's
drops this
crazy to me.
year.
That's
But
crazy.
he
Like
drops a lot.
psychologically, that's crazy. Does
His
that make sense?
output,
King Nova on Unbiased Battleground and
He battles
Chris
literally every other week.
Jiggs and
Literally every other week.
his output
Dash
and
Joy.
accolades and
It's
acclaim
insane.
is what keeps
Insane.
him. And that's why I think it's a special thing because like he's literally to me he's literally top tier off of pure work, nothing more, nothing less.
Beating the
Like
streets. He's beating the
100%.
streets.
and truthfully though, when it comes to Chef Trez, I feel like it was interesting you say like the oversaturation part because like we could say like someone like Danny Myers who I'm pretty sure all three of us consider top tier
Mhm.
doing the same thing that Trez was or
No. He's not doing the same thing. I want to
not
make
Trez.
that
Nah, I ain't gonna
distinction
front.
because
Danny was
Trez is
choking here and there.
showing up. Danny
Danny
is
was
fucking
yeah.
up half the year, whereas Trez
Yeah.
is
No,
showing
not
up.
half the
So he's
year. Let's not get
penalized.
crazy.
Like he had like
No.
three or four
It was
situations
nasty.
out of
It
like
was
20
like
battles.
Caution, Vixen. It was like back to back last year. We're
All right.
not gonna do
No.
that.
I'm
He
saying
definitely had some nasty.
I'm saying at the peak of when Danny was really, really like I want to say like 2016 up into like 2022,
Mhm,
2023.
mhm.
Where like it was like every other year he was doing 15 to 20 battles. Like he would do 15 to 20, he would do like 15 to 20 and maybe have like 3 or 4 where he's just off the mark or whatever.
Okay,
Still
but
not a bad percentage.
nobody can
But
tell me why Chef Trez has been penalized for being great against no names, being great against known names, and he still gets penalized for
you're
being great.
saying
That don't make sense
I
to
don't
me.
know. I don't know the
well
answer.
you're
I'm
But
not
how is that
saying
saying
possible? How is that logical? Like that's the thing that I don't understand.
well you're saying he doesn't have impact and that's what I said I
No, and
disagree.
I'm saying that because that's what I'm saying is the lack of impact is because people don't know these battles are happening because there's so many of them. But if you go watch them, you will not find a bad Trez performance in any of them. So
I
he's
don't
out
think
here taking all these lesser names, doing great in those battles, getting the bigger names, doing great in those battles. When he battled Geechi Gotti on Outside 5, phenomenal Trez. But I can also tell
He
you
beat Tay Roc too.
he
30 Tay
beat Tay
Roc.
Roc, and then I can tell you he also had a great battle with Rashad the God. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Had a
He's
great
getting
battle with
penalized.
Av.
He's
Great
getting
battle with Real
penalized.
Deal.
He's
Beat
getting
Hollow.
penalized for
I'm
something
not the
that
one
doesn't make sense.
penalizing him. I'll just give you a maybe.
But
Like I
but
don't.
y'all never stop to wonder why is there no blog about that? Why is Chef Trez not on these big cards? Why hasn't Trez battled Hitman Holla? Why hasn't Trez battled like the list goes on and on? If
You
you
know
look at what
why?
he's done
I'm gonna tell you
consistently
why.
for the
I'm gonna
last
tell you
5-6
why. I'm gonna
years,
tell you why.
you have
I'm
no
gonna give you
answer
some.
for it.
I'm gonna give you some analysis.
Please, somebody give me an answer because it don't make no damn sense to me.
Jeff Trez. I don't know if he always did this. I know I've been noticing for the last X amount of years. Sometimes that little whisper flow just we don't get excited.
We're
He's
not
like
gonna
he
do that. We're not
whispering
gonna do
it.
that. We're not gonna do that. Nice
I,
try.
I,
Nice
try, I try
try.
to find.
Nice
I try to
try.
find
Nice
something.
try. There's nothing, and that's what I'm trying to tell you is that Chef Trez is in a situation where battle rap owes him an apology because when it's time, when he gets the call to come battle, he shows up. When he's battling these people that are not known, he's showing up. So it makes zero sense
Jeff
why
Trez
somebody
is fire.
who's doing
Listen,
that
he's
at that level
fire.
for
He's
years
getting his
though. For
recognition. He's getting his
years.
recognition. He was
No,
just
he's
number 2 on
not.
Cody.
That's not
He's getting his
enough. He should
recognition,
be
but
on.
he's
It's not
saying he's not
enough.
getting put in like these
He should be getting
prime
put in the positions
positions.
that take him to because he has God tier level talent, but he's
Who's
not
he
getting those
battling this
God tier
weekend?
plates.
Ace Amin?
Yeah.
He's battling Ace, and I guarantee he's going to do great, like you did against Klutz, like you did against. You could
Real
we could go
sick.
back 5 years. Amazing battle against Real Sick. That's my point. Is that when he battles no names, he's great. When he battles big names,
I
he's
was
great.
making a
How
joke.
the hell?
I was making a joke, but he do got to stop that whisper flow. It does. I've seen people
No, we're
complain
not
about
doing
that.
that. He raps
No,
his
I'm
ass
just keeping it
off.
real. I'm not saying it doesn't have nothing to do with what you're saying, but I just want to probably on the subject. Sometimes I forgot what year it was, maybe 2 years ago. He bounced someone. I was just like, he sounded like he just there just to be there. Like he's like he
Like
ain't even.
he's not enthusiastic
Oh,
Yeah,
enough.
like he
like
just going through like a, a
I've
read
heard
on a
people say that.
script.
I've heard people say that. But
He's
if you look
gotten
at
his energy up in the
the
past
bars
couple of
are
years. Like
the
I would
bars are
say
incredible
like
though.
him versus John, him versus Swamp, him versus Rock.
Yeah.
He was in a different bag against Rock. I don't know what that was.
He was wilding against Rock.
He was in a
Respectfully, I
different
love
bag.
That
Rock,
was
but he
personal.
was wilding against
But
Rock. So again, my question remains: where are the god tier plates? Where are the big stage opportunities?
he's not the only.
Who
He's
would you
not the
like?
only
Who would
one.
you like?
Even on
Who would y'all like
Apollo,
from
he
the
got
battle?
Luke
Who would
Castro.
y'all like from the battle? If you tell me who would be sufficient. If they calling you both of y'all up right now,
Man,
they saying they
if
want to put Chef
they say
on Gnome. They want to put Chef on Gnome.
Kid
Frank.
Slade,
They want to put
Chef Trez versus
Chef.
Kid Slade.
Okay,
That's his big
Lang.
plate. That's his
a
big plate.
plate. That you asked me who would I say immediately?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you said
I
big
would say
plate.
Slade. No, I
I like
mean
him and Slade though.
you could do him and Cortez. They've never battled. You could do it's a few. Like Trez got a few battles out
Right
there.
now, they calling you. Summer.
Him
We're
and
gonna do Summer
Geechi.
Madness.
Him and Geechi
Who should
should
we
have
put
been.
them
Oh, they
against?
did though on the smaller card. I would say Kid Slade. I'll say.
What about you, Lang?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Y'all gonna think this completely left field. It will probably never happen because I just know it won't happen. But I low key would want something like Chef Trez versus Eazy down the line. Because
Easy.
it
Hitman
would
Holla. Yes.
force Eazy to have to like approach like it would I want that battle.
He had a
Somewhere
great
down the line.
diss back and forth with Hitman Holla. Well, how the hell we've not gotten Hitman versus Trez yet? That's crazy.
I would also
I'm not mad at
like
that.
to see I would also like to see Trez like damn. It's a couple battles actually.
Are y'all not
It's a couple
excited for
battles.
Trez versus Dre Majesty, or is that beneath him at this point?
No, I'm not mad at that because it's a passing of the torch for Dre. You know what I mean? If you're gonna
He
rep
might not
Atlanta,
pass that.
you
He
gotta
might not
go
pass
see
that. He might not pass
Trez
that
don't
torch.
pass shit. He gonna have to earn it.
He might not
He gonna
pass
have to
that
earn
torch.
it for sure. But I'm just saying that it's a good look for legacy wise for Dre Majesty. You know what I'm
But
saying?
is that a bad look for Trez? Is what I'm asking.
No, not at all. I think
It's
it's a
a good
level
it's a good situation if they do it right. Like that has
Right.
to be in the South. It
Yep.
has to be a big
Atlanta. Has to be in
situation.
Atlanta. Has to be in Atlanta.
I want that to be like a Southern themed card. Like it has to be something like that.
if
Yeah.
it's
I
known.
do think Dre is barking up the wrong tree though.
Ooh.
I don't think Dre is ready.
I don't
I don't
think
think
Dre's
Dre is
ready
ready.
either. I don't think Dre's
Not no
ready
slight
either.
to Dre. I think Dre is a phenomenal
Not
talent,
Chef
but I don't
Trez.
think he's ready.
Yeah,
Not
and
quite.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. If it's known, it's Chef Trez and Kid Slay. But if it's Summer Madness, it's Chef Trez and Ill Will. I don't think they
I'm
battle.
not mad at Chef Trez and Ill Will.
I think
I'm
that'd
not
be
mad at
great.
I'm not
Trez.
mad at that
They
either.
already
I like
battled.
that.
They already
Actually.
battled. They already battled. They already
Did
battled.
I'm
they?
about to say I like that.
2019. Remember that.
2019 Ill Will had the crazy or no, Trez had the crazy apron rebuttal. 2 arms behind the shelf, like I'm trying to wait for my food to get done. Like they
Oh, that
already
was on
You're right.
RBE. That
You're
was
right.
6 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but another name, because I know you said that was the last one. Another name, because you mentioned him before.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to get more clarification on why you said that he just became top tier and all this other stuff.
You're gonna ask me about Av?
How the hell did
You about to say
Av
Tampa.
become how the hell did Av just recently become top tier?
That was Frank's statement. You get
Yeah,
on
that was
Frank.
me.
I
I
know.
think
I know.
Av became top tier after
What
the Rock
year?
battle. I think it was the Rock
You are
battle.
out of your
Is it
mind.
the Rock battle?
Insane.
Hold on.
That's insane. That's
You are
insane
out of your
statement.
mind.
Hold on.
Get
You're
it together.
crazy.
Hold on. All first verse. Maybe DNA. Is DNA 2021? Is that fair?
2021?
Is
So
that
he wasn't
fair?
top tier before then? Are you
You
okay?
gonna tell me when he battled Arce he was top tier? You gonna tell me when he battled
Yes.
Ill Will he was top tier?
He was top
Yeah.
tier. He was
You
top
gonna tell me
tier.
he was in 2019 Av was top tier.
Yes.
A
People
draw,
forget
output, all those things.
Av took a little misstep when he bit that Verb line. He was going crazy, and then he took a little step because people were like, "Oh, he biting." That was like a little like,
And then
like a
even
little
in that
hiccup
misstep,
line.
right? Like he's still like him and Orad still a debatable battle. People have him losing to Suge, but that like he still had a good performance in that.
Yep.
He beat the hell out of B Magic to the point where they didn't even release the footage. That was the only battle on Smack Volume 1 that didn't get released. He had a classic with Geechi, right? Beat
Yep.
the hell out of Math on SM, right?
Mhm.
Like Had a great battle with JC.
Crazy. That was
Had a great battle with JC on Smack Volume 3, right? One of the slept on battles on that card. And then went crazy in 2019. Him and Glue, even if you want to say that's one of the best band battles in
I love
band.
that
Him and
battle. I
Glue.
love that
Is that
battle.
the I'll Be
I
Back
love that
app? Is
battle.
that the I'll Be Back app?
No. That's the
No.
Jack froze up and died. You seen Titanic? Like, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. That was the
Come
Goonies
on,
versus
bro.
Cave Gang.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
I love
yeah.
that. I love that energy in that battle.
Come
Eazy
on,
was
bro.
wilding too.
I don't
Like,
know.
bro.
Av to me has always been an incredible puncher.
Bro is a top 3 puncher. Has been top
But
3
no
puncher
promo, a top
since for
three.
the
Hold
past
on,
10.
hold
Is
on.
top
Top three.
10. Like for the last 10 years, he's been a top 3 puncher.
Conceited, Rum Nitty.
He surpasses
Av,
Let's stop it. Let's stop it. He did surpass
No, he
Conceited.
did not. He did not.
I
Rum
How long
Nitty
has
has the
Conceited
best.
held how long has Conceited held the crown as the best puncher?
He still has it to this day. He's
He
always
doesn't.
No,
He
he
doesn't.
lost it.
He
He lost
doesn't.
it to B Magic.
Conceited, Rum
He
Nitty,
lost to B
Av,
Magic.
B Magic, and Fonz. That's the 5.
Say it
I'm
again.
not mad at that.
Conceited, Rum Nitty, Av, B Magic.
You still have Av in the
Fonz.
top 3, so my point still remains. So why did you feel the need to go that to do that?
I just wanted to establish that.
Even though I don't agree, but he's still in the 3.
Yeah. So y'all got it for y'all is Nitty Av, right? Number 2.
They've been 1 and 2 since
That's how y'all call it.
for years.
I disagree, but
For years they've been 1 and 2.
I just look at the champions because that's what I look at. I mean, because B Magic is my all-time favorite puncher, like my favorite. Not saying the best.
I still think with all the things that's happened, B Magic is still top 5, even with all the things that happened.
But he's my personal favorite of all
The
time.
foundation that he set can't be undone. Like, of course, it has to be top 5. Magic has to be top 5.
Yeah, but Av is in there. Like I said, Av was going crazy his rookie season. Like he was, people forget how crazy
Okay,
Av.
but see, this is another one of those. You rap so great, but what are you doing outside of the raps? And that's something.
Having one of the best known performances ever. What are you talking about?
Outside of the raps,
that's more important than
no
like
promo.
what I can. If nobody can say
on.
they have one of the best known rounds ever, one of the best known performances ever.
I said outside of the raps.
I don't care about outside of the raps. If you can show me,
you don't care. But
because
everybody's not gonna be outside the reps. Everybody's not gonna be outside the reps. That's why we got Snake Eyes. Look how it all come around though. Look how it all come around though.
It's because he lost.
Bro, if you mean to tell me if I'm depending on if I'm just depending on outside of the raps, we don't get Nitty versus Solomon. We don't get what are you talking about?
No, I'm with you.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that the raps are important, but this is not just battle recite your raps. There's more to it. There's your promo game. There's the quality.
And I'm not saying I
battles.
disagree, but I'm saying that you to me, you get, in my opinion, right? I feel like it's backwards. I feel like you should be able to get top tier through your work faster than just being able to promo.
The extras. No, I'm with you on that.
It's
That's what I said.
It's got to be both.
No.
I'm not saying you don't need promo. I'm just saying that it becomes an issue when like promo is superseding like the actual product.
It's not. You're right. It's not.
They have to go together, is what I'm saying. Like they have to be happening in tandem.
Av is so good that he can be poor at other things outside of rapping. He's that good. He's literally.
That kind of thinking is exactly why he lost to Eazy the Block Captain. That kind of
no, that's not why. You
want to be top tier, but you don't want to do what it takes to be top tier. You want to be top tier, but you don't want to do what it takes to be top tier.
And guess what? He still has a Hall of Fame. He still has a Hall of Fame career. Probably has a better career than Eazy, but that's another conversation for another day. That's another conversation for another day.
Single battle as big as Eazy and Chess?
Yes. So you're gonna tell me Eazy and Chess is bigger than Av and Nitty? That's what you're gonna tell me?
Yes,
no, it's
I
not.
am.
No, it's not.
Are you serious?
No, it's not.
Eazy and Chess is one of the greatest battles of all time. Are you crazy?
So is Av and Nitty, and Av and Nitty's more
not in the same stratosphere. Come on, man.
Now they both are great battles.
Av and Nitty's actually consequential because it actually changed the landscape of how people have battled. If you really look at like the time frame of when that happened, the punch rate went up tenfold after that battle. Am I lying? Am I bugging? What happened after Eazy and Chess battle? What was so classic battle? But what was consequential about that battle?
Apples and
what
oranges.
Changed battle
if that battle would have hit the net, it would have been a whole different. We don't know. It's a butterfly.
But here's the thing: I'm asking what changed battle rap with Eazy and Chess.
Let's talk about battles that hit the net. I think that's a fair point, Chayo. Eazy and Hitman or Av and Chess.
What are you asking?
No, you said Av and Nitty, right? You said Av and Nitty.
Avenidity.
Yeah, Eazy and Hitman, Av and Nitty. What's the bigger battle?
Avenidity still. It's a big
The
battle
better
for
battle or the
Eazy.
bigger battle?
It's a big battle for
What's
Eazy's
the
legacy.
bigger
But
battle?
Avenidity is
Easy and Hitman.
is a
In terms of
sport
battle rap,
defining.
in terms of
Easy and Hitman.
battle
Easy
rap,
Avenidity
and
is a
Hitman.
sport
Easy and Hitman.
defining
in terms
battle.
of battle rap,
It's a
what is
bigger
the
battle. Easy and
bigger
Hitman.
battle?
Easy and Hitman.
Easy and
Easy and
Hitman?
Hitman.
How is that
or
a bigger
Av and
battle?
Nitty?
How
They
is that
got
a
like
bigger battle?
they got
Come
more
on,
like
Lang.
Because
they
of the
got like
name?
10
Are we talking
times
about
the
what impacted the
views.
sport,
Come
or are we
on,
talking about
Lang.
the
Come
name?
on.
Because if
And
we're
No,
doing
no,
that,
I'm talking about
if
the
we're doing
views.
that,
I'm talking about the views.
if skills,
because I can name
if
plenty
skills
of big name
sold,
battles that
if
don't is not
skills
worth a
sold,
damn.
You're
truth be
right, but
told,
I'm
I've
talking about
been
the
telling
views.
Tully. I'm telling you right now. If skills sold, truth be told, I
I'm talking
keep
about the
telling
views.
Tully.
The views
Come
is
on,
So
man.
so
monumentally
hold
different.
up.
Hey, let's keep it a beam
Okay,
here,
okay.
Lang.
So
It's a
let's do
bigger
this then.
battle. Better is a different conversation, but bigger battle is Easy and Hitman.
No, it's Easy and
There's a
Hitman for
lot of
sure.
battles
And
that
the
got a
reason
lot.
why it's like
So
that,
you're gonna
and them,
okay. So
listen,
if we're
Av
doing
and
that,
Nitty rap better than Easy and Hitman. That's a fact. They rap better, but there is more to this sport than just rapping,
if
and
we're
that's
doing
why
views,
Easy and Hitman is a bigger battle
if
because
we're
there's more
doing
to it than just
views,
rapping.
if
You
we're
got to
doing
sell the
views,
fight. You got to sell the fight. You got to create the storyline. You got to create the draw. That you got to sell the tickets. Come on, and those are the
if we're
same things
doing
that other battle
views,
rap.
if we're doing views, then clips and goods versus Hitman and John is bigger than 90% of the battles that happen in this culture. If we're doing that,
Is that on
No,
YouTube?
no. I'm just doing it for these two battles.
I'm
You talking
talking to
about
Frank
two?
directly right now.
Okay,
If we're
all right,
doing
fair enough.
views, I'm talking to
Get
him.
Frank. Get
Look
Frank.
at the view
Get Frank.
count. If we're doing that,
Is it
if
on
we're doing
YouTube?
that,
I'm asking, is it on YouTube?
Av and Nitty got
Frank, you should know that
2.2
that's on
million.
YouTube. Summer
Av
Impact, come
versus
on, bro.
Av
Come
versus
on,
Nitty got
Frank.
Let me check.
2.2 million
And
views
then
in
when it went
10
to the app,
years. You heard
No,
me?
most of Summer Impact went on. Most of Summer Impact, all of Summer Impact made it on YouTube.
I think you're right. I think
And
you're right.
look at the view count on that.
Av versus Nitty got 2.2 million views in 10 years.
2.2
Million in 10
and he was
years.
trying to compare that to Easy and Hitman.
But we're talking about people that got that shit
Easy
out the
got
mud. They got
4.1
a
in
million
3
within the
years.
first. But hold on. They got a million within the first year, and these are guys that weren't even top tier yet. You know how impactful you got to
8
be to do
million
that.
views. That the battle that Lang
Whereas
the eight million.
Easy's
That's
going
crazy.
against Hitman, a solidified megastar when it comes to views on Remy's league. Come on, bro. Joe Budden
What do
was
you mean?
there.
That was a new
Everyone
league.
was
That was a
there.
new,
Like,
what do
come
you
on,
mean
bro.
on Remy's
It
league?
wasn't. It
Remy's
was.
league wasn't established.
I'm just naming the factors.
He said on Remy's league, like at
How
that
many?
point, it
How
was a
many?
big league.
It does no, but it's a
It was
big
just
deal.
getting
What are you talking
established.
No, I
about?
get
The
what you're
promo
saying.
He
was
I
said
get what
on
you're
crazy.
Remy's
saying.
league like it was an established league. It didn't have no history.
I'm just saying, like it's still worth mentioning. Whereas Nitty and Av literally built that from having an amazing battle, a sport shifting battle on Born Legacy. How many Born Legacy million view battles can you name?
That's a good point. It's a very good
It's a
point.
great battle. Listen, I don't think
I forgot
nobody
it was on
argue.
Born
Listen,
Legacy.
You're
Actually,
saying bigger,
I forgot it was on
but
Born Legacy.
you're not gonna tell me Eazy and fucking Hitman is more important than Av versus Nitty.
It is.
It's not.
it's
In
a
terms of
bigger
battle rap
battle. It's
overall
a bigger
sport, it's a
battle.
bigger battle.
What was important about the battle outside of it being a legacy defining battle for Eazy?
The tickets sold, the storyline, the numbers that it did, the impact on the culture.
Av and
to go
Nitty
on
literally
and
changed the
on.
sport. They literally
No,
changed
you
the
just talking
sport.
about the raps, Lang, and that's my overall point is that you're so focused on the raps,
The
you're forgetting
raps,
the other
bro.
stuff.
The raps is why we like. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it
the
isn't.
raps is
It
why we
isn't.
became fans.
That's
No,
back
Is
the
in
that
the
not
day,
raps was
brother.
true?
amazing on
That's
both
back in the
battles.
day.
Listen, they both
Back in the
amazing on
day.
both battles, but 4.1 million in 3 years versus 2.2 in 10 years. That's like a 5x difference, and it's like it's no.
Bro, we know, bro. Some of
I
our
know we
favorite
know that
battles
we
don't
know
do
that.
views.
I
Some of
know,
our
I
favorite
know, I
battles
know, I
don't do
know,
That's a
I
good.
views.
That's a
know.
good. And why?
And
Furthering my point. Wait, hold on, Cheo. He just
go ahead.
furthered my point. Say that again. Some of our
Favorite battles are not doing that many views.
and our favorite battles
That's
have good
because
what?
that
Our
no. Here's
favorite
the
battles
thing.
have good what? They have good raps.
Well,
But it's
are we gonna
about more
consent?
than the raps, and that's why. That's
No,
what I'm
because
saying.
just because you have a lot of views on a battle don't make it more important. Don't make it
But
more
that's
because
not
if
the
we're
only
doing that,
reason.
if we're doing that, Flip Top is way better than American Battle Rap. If we're doing that, then
No, but we got to get the.
no, no, no,
It's
no,
Bring
no,
it,
no,
bring
no,
it
no,
to
no.
Flip
no,
Top
no,
and
no,
There's
Flip
no,
Top.
other factors. There's
no,
other
because
factors.
they
Not
do
just.
10
It's
easy.
the it's the views in comparison to similar things, and the fact that I'm not here. I love Nitty versus Av. You're not going to get no argument
Great
with
battle.
me
Great
about
battle.
the importance
100%
and
great
the
battle.
fireness of the battle.
Great
I think
battle.
it's one of the best battles of all
Great
time.
battle. Great battle.
But Eazy and Hitman was a huge deal. I mean, you're talking about just the emergence of Remy Ma taking over the battle rap game for a hot second, and URL losing their star, Hitman power, the ascension of Eazy being really really like he already did his running URL, but this was like, what does he do off it? Like it's too many factors of what made this
So if
like.
we gonna do that, then there's a lot of battles that y'all gonna have to explain why because the views is not just gonna be enough. So you're gonna tell me if we doing this, you're also gonna tell me that Eazy versus Hitman is a more important battle than Nitty versus Lux. Like you're gonna tell me that too?
Wait, say that one more time. Nitty versus.
Lux. It's a more important battle than that.
Is there a
We doing
more
that?
important battle than I
You
think
want
Nitty
me to
versus
go
Lux
against
is.
Lux in
No, I
public?
think Nitty versus
Are you
Lux is
serious?
like the last classic we had. So I don't know. I think that's a vitally
Or is it
important
more important? I
No, I'm
mean,
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for the
battle.
culture.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm gonna
That's
keep
what
it
I'm
real.
saying. Av and
For the
Nitty's a battle
culture,
for the culture. That's what
no,
I'm
Yeah.
this is what I'm
saying.
saying. I
Yeah.
love, listen to me. I love that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying for the culture, that was like a major chapter, like a major pole shifting in the culture of hip hop, of battle rap.
For
You
who?
had the biggest star, the
Are you talking
biggest
about
new
Lux and Nitty? You
star
talking about
on
Lux and Nitty?
URL leaving
Oh, he's talking
and
about Hitman and
Oh, you're
delivering
talking
Eazy.
about Eazy. Okay. Okay.
and delivering. And it was like it was such a coming out moment for Eazy. Eazy already
For
had
Eazy.
no, but Eazy was this chapter of battle rap was a big it was an easy. It was if they got kings of
He's the
battle rap,
last
this was the
superstar. He's the last
reign of
superstar.
Eazy. This was like the peak of Eazy's reign. If
100%.
you know, we got
Bro,
different kings
what if
during
I
different.
told you
Yes, sir.
Born Legacy 2, specifically Av and Nitty helped revive the sport? What if I told you that?
Let me
Listen,
think. Let me
man.
think. I think you're right, but let me think.
2016,
Let me think. I
what was
think
the
you're right. I
argument?
think you're right.
Do we need top tiers in battle rap if they're not gonna be given a damn? Should we just rely on these mid tiers, rising stars to get the sport back hot? Let's do that
But we
then.
had that same
Let's
argument.
rely
We
on
had that
them.
same
Let's
argument
rely
with
on
bars over
them.
names and Tay Roc versus Ill Will. So we
No,
constantly had this argument.
that's the thing though. That didn't work. This time it did work
That
because
did work though. That did work.
You had Avanity anchoring, right? You also had Chess coming up. You also had T Top coming up. You also had Briz coming up. So when they decided, you know what, we're actually gonna lean on our newer talent and get this shit back right, like we're supposed to. We went into a 5 or 6 year run of greatness from
But I can make the same
2016 to
argument for bars.
2021.
Hold on. I can make the same argument with Tay Roc and Ill Will. And I'm trying to think of the card to because you made a
SM3 is
good
one of the
point.
worst SMs ever.
I was about to say when
Like, that was the worst SM ever.
No, but that Tay Roc versus Ill Will was a turning point in the culture too. Because
No,
after
because they
that,
went back to big names the very next year. They went back to
it
booking the
did,
Surfs,
but
the
Tay
Hitmans,
Roc,
and all that.
but Tay Roc, another again, I'm looking at it like kingdoms. Tay Roc's ascension after that was like setting the stage till now.
He was already ascended before that, then though,
He was ascending, but that was the
because
opportunity.
he already was because he was what he got Rich Dollaz out of here. He got Cortez out of here. He had a classic with Magic. Like he was already kind of. But I get you though. The
I know what you
second round for
mean.
Will was a big deal. It was a big deal.
That was a
And then
yeah,
to
big
cap it off
deal.
with JC was a huge deal. But I'm saying that like
that was
I
the end
literally
of Still Will.
we literally seen Born Legacy 2 specifically, and that battle specifically just completely revamp. Like how many Born Legacy shifted into the volumes. And
Yeah,
wasn't the volumes a big deal?
yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah,
we getting back to the raps a big deal? Like taking it
yeah,
back to the essence, wasn't that a big
yeah,
deal?
yeah.
Yep.
It was. Now, I'm
And we
not
shifted
arguing that
into
this was a little deal. There's no argument from me, or I assume from Frank
It's
either.
crazy. Having Fonz was also a Born Legacy battle. That's crazy. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's no argument about was it a deal? It was a deal. I'm just saying that to minimize that end of Caffeine going into the Chrome and Eazy and Hitman coming back, and Hitman was, I believe, after that he had to get his lick back versus
if
Ill
you want
Will,
to
I
say
believe.
him and Nah, he battled. Yeah, he battled Ill Will after, and that was a classic battle.
Mm-hmm.
But
Classic battle.
if you want to say Eazy and Hitman is a bigger battle, namesake wise and numbers wise, I wasn't arguing that. I was talking about the importance of the battle.
Okay.
Because if we're saying importance based on numbers, I can't go off there. There's plenty of important battles that happen in battle rap that don't have the views that it should. To me, Th3 Saga, very important battle. But
Agreed.
does it have the views?
Agreed.
Absolutely not. It got released too late. It's a niche battle. Only a select few of us will appreciate that battle for what we're supposed to, and
The
it is
rooftop
what it
aesthetic.
is.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for the sake of the sport, Av and Nitty is one of the most important battles and consequential battles in battle rap.
I think
That's
you're
what I was
saying.
arguing.
I think you're saying artistically, not the sport, because the sport is a
It
business.
did affect the
So I
sport.
think you're thinking artistically. Artistically, did it shift how people write? Did it have a big impact on like punching and the development of punching and
That's a
certain
part of the
turbulence?
sport. Like
Yeah,
that's literally,
but
like literally
That
people
is a part of the
change.
sport. That is a part of the
the
sport.
sport
That
is
is
a
a part.
business though. And then when you incorporate the business aspects of the sport, that's when you start to say, yes, Eazy and Hitman is a big
Talk that business shit, Frank. Talk that business shit. You
I
right?
didn't even want to take it there because I
Take
hate
it there. You
capitalism.
gotta
But
I
listen.
it
hate
Lane, get over
importance
capitalism.
here.
though, because
I hate
guess
capitalism, but that's
like,
really what it is.
but I'm
Essentially,
saying like
I hate
the
it.
culture the culture started to flourish after Avenidity. What happened after? Like, didn't we? Isn't 2023 when the downward shift
I know
started?
what you're about to do.
Isn't
I
that when
know.
2020? Isn't that when the downshift started?
We're gonna end here because I see what Lane was about to
Isn't
do.
that when?
That was crazy.
I'm just saying.
That was crazy.
And I'm not saying it's because of him. I'm just
Lang,
saying
that was very
it's,
good.
it's
Land your plane, Lang. I want you to land your plane, but we're not gonna discuss it. But land your plane.
nah, top tiers, mid tier, low tiers. I don't know how we
No,
ended up here,
Lang.
but
Land that plane. Because I know what you was about to say.
I'm just
And that setup
saying.
was so beautiful.
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
saying that
What
I'm
was
just
the impact? What
saying
was the impact? What was the fallout of Eazy?
we talked about eras, right? I think 2023 started a new era that we're currently in and trying to figure out how we're going to get out of.
So you're saying that post Eazy Hitman was the slow
No. I'm not saying
ascent of battle rap?
specifically that battle. I'm saying
But that
2023
era
was a part of it. Like
started the
that started an
downfall of battle
era.
rap.
Because you got to think that was Caffeine's last year,
Yeah.
right? That
Yep.
was King of the Dot took a hiatus after 2023 as well too. They did Blackout and then they kind of took a hiatus after that too. That was RBE's last year as well too. As like a consistent lead.
He's cooking.
I'm just saying that was the start of a different era. I'm just saying.
What would you
you're
label
right.
that era? What would you label that era, Lang?
I call it the weird space. We're in the space
dark
era.
ages?
I'm gonna call it the weird space because it's not necessarily because here's
Medieval
the thing.
times?
We're still getting gems here and there because as much as I say like this time period that we're in is like the weirdest time period we ever been in, we've still been able to get Lux and Nitty. We've still been able to get Ill Will and Hitman, A Verb and A Ward. We've still been able to get Mad Flex and Jey The Nitewing. We've still been able to get Hitman and Geechi. Like we're still getting quality work. It's not as rapid as we used to get it, but we're still getting good work. It's just the feel isn't there, the fan engagement isn't the same, and how the product is overall isn't the same. So that's what I'm saying. But
That's real.
but that's a different conversation. I just think Av and Nitty is a much more important battle than Eazy.
Yes, it is. And we're gonna end it on this note, gentlemen. This is the longest discussion blog I've ever had. Gentlemen, I appreciate
That's a goodie. This is a goodie. I can't wait for part two.
I was just about to say that.
I'm gonna make Lane go even crazier when I make my case for Capo Bravado being top tier.
Lang, I told him he has to save that for part two because I think that's such an outrageous thing to say. But we don't have time to get into that.
We got in these last couple of minutes, not long. I'm just gonna say this for when y'all watch, and salute to everybody that rock with us for this whole time. And make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tap into all our future videos and tap in the Lang channel. Listen, I'm gonna say this: 100,000. There's no more million view battles like it used to be. It's just like the music game. There's no more multi-platinum albums like there used to be. Not to say there's no multi-platinum albums at all, but not like when Def Jam was dropping Redman, Method Man, DMX, Jay-Z, and you was getting all these different people just going multi-platinum and different.
Yeah.
The 100,000 view battle to me is the new goal of battle rappers. Now you can take that and be like, oh, you watering it down, you make it. I'm just saying that it's a different era. It's more content, it's more things going on. It's not like it used to be 10 years ago. 10 years ago, YouTube wasn't even. I mean, YouTube was like popping, but there's so many things now. We got so many more streaming services. I'm saying when you see people getting kind of 100,000 views now, and I'm talking about the newer, we're gonna talk about the newer cats and the mid tiers. I'm saying that this is the new wave of saying like this people are leading the era. Because
Like
I was looking
King,
up Chef Trez numbers.
when King and Jay Moore, because I think they got like multi
Oh, yeah, that went
100,000
crazy.
views.
They went crazy. They
That
went
was a big
gold.
deal. That's a big deal because that's purely off of the work. And honestly, King and Jay Moore is one of my favorite battles of the decade as well too.
Well, King and Eunice is 2,000 shy. They got 98,000 as of right now today.
Yep.
Summer 2026.
Yep. King and Jay Moore is at
what is it at?
94,000. That can't be right.
I thought they were more. I thought they were more for some reason.
I know that King and Danny Myers is also should be, if not at 100,000.
Like 100, 110, 100.
That's a name I was supposed to mention. We're gonna have to say that for next one too.
Danny
King,
Myers?
no, King is an interesting name I wanted to talk about too.
Yes,
I love King.
the trajectory. King is incredible. Also, Hansel and Eunice actually, I think they're at like 200. I think.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, Chess and A-War doing 200 plus. Like we're gonna get into view counts when we come. We're gonna really break down view counts because a lot of people throw around view counts randomly and like without no sense of channel size and time. And I want to break that down.
Like y'all did with the Eazy Hitman battle. But go ahead.
Well, I did mention the 4.1 in 3 years.
Is a very important.
I did mention 4.1 in 3 years versus 2.2 in 10 years. I did mention the time, and I didn't even, and Lang, because you was cooking, I didn't want to throw it in your face to say when Frank jumped on you about the Chrome that URL was a much bigger channel than Chrome was when they got their 2.2 million, obviously actively on YouTube on URL's active channel, as opposed to now
honestly,
when they're a little more dormant.
That's the beauty of having Hitman because he's gonna bring the views regardless of where he's at.
Right.
Highest viewed on all 3 platforms. Chrome, RBE.
Yeah.
He's just not the highest viewed on King of the Dot, but
he was at one point.
So he was almost highest viewed on all of them. So
he was at one point for sure.
Yeah.
I remember that at one point. But go ahead, Frank, take us out of here.
No, I want Lang to plug his channel before we go out of here. Lang, please.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I want my fans to use your apology. I've taken a somewhat, I don't gonna say hiatus. I've released stuff here and there, but we're retooling. We were branding. You know what I'm saying? Life changes. I had my son this past year, so
God bless.
You know, I've been trying to get stuff right, affairs in order, and all that. So still getting things together, but the Speaking Our Language show, we're gonna be releasing content again sometime soon. Just getting everything in order. 2027, we're gonna be back in full effect. We'll still have stuff coming out this year, but you'll probably see me more just making guest appearances. On this show with 3 Letterman, so on and so forth. Until I get everything back right how I want it to. So.
And we appreciate that because Lang, you being here elevates the quality of the show by 10,000%. So thank you for
fact. That's a definite fact. That's a definite fact.
Cheo, the greatest analyst of all time. We appreciate your time as well. I'm just here to talk, man. You know, I don't be saying
listen, man. I can't wait till we get Schmo and Lang up here. Not to cut your wisdoms. I know you got 3 minutes.
That's gonna be movie.
But Lang, you did not disappoint. You
at all.
Your reputation.
I ain't on front. I feel bad because when I watch this back, I just know Snake Eyes gonna be like, "Well, what do you say fuck me for?" Like I ain't even trying to go at him. Like I don't know why, but yeah.
No. I hope that battle rappers understand when we have these discussions.
It's a spirited conversation.
Factual, we're focused on the facts. It's not a feelings conversation. We have obviously respect for the sacrifices and their contributions to the art form. So please, if you're a battler watching this, do not internalize anything you hear. We're simply discussing the sport. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And I appreciate both of y'all gentlemen. This is a great discussion. Part 2 for sure has to happen. I can't wait for Schmo to watch this and then circle back and have his points on everything that was said because I know he has a lot to say about this too. So he'll probably start off with cooking me for even questioning Real Sikh's top tier status. So I look forward to the next conversation. Gentlemen, God bless y'all for your contribution to the culture, and I appreciate y'all time.
Salute.
Salute, salute.